Welcome to the room. We're talking all things going live. Come on in. Let me know if you have questions as we get ready to get started and talk about how to go live with confidence and ease. Let me know if you guys have any questions. This is my 4 p.m. live where I go live twice a day, helping you go live both on YouTube and TikTok. So, we're going to talk a little bit about TikTok and come over and connect as we learn more about the app and how to live stream effectively. So let me know if you have any questions as you come in. This is a live where you can ask questions. I will answer them if they are relevant to live streaming. So let me know if there's any questions. The live came on better this time. Earlier today, it was acting as if it did not want to come on. Um, so I'm a little pleased with the way it came on just now, but you got to pay attention to that. I tell people if you feel as if the app is not cooperating correctly, you can always start over. So don't feel like you have to go with it. You can always start over. So that's what I did not start over because I typically treat this as a playlist. So it can run, it can go, and continue to go live as I'm mainly focused on a lot of the TikTok communication about how to go live, some of the features, some of the mindset stuff that you want to understand with how to not be afraid, not be scared, but also understanding how do you engage because it's an engagement app. YouTube is actually a little different. They don't consider themselves a social media platform. They see themselves as a search engine. And so when you're going live here, you do have an audience, you do have people connecting with you, but it does not have the same level of engagement and interaction because of the way the platform's set up. You don't have the audience that you can actively see. You all have to comment to let me know you're in the room. So there's like a little bit of, it's not as much control for the live host as it is on TikTok. The viewer is kind of in control in terms of how they are connecting in the live stream and engaging. So it's a little different. Like as a live host on TikTok, you can actually see who's in your room. You can connect with them. You can ask questions. You can read their bio, all the things you can do. YouTube, you can't do that. So, it's just a different way of streaming. Um, Let me know if you guys have questions. I'm happy to answer questions and engage with you all. I tell people I am part of YouTube Partners Program. So if you have questions on how to go live and build your channel so that you can get invited into some of the programs that YouTube has to offer, let me know because I've done that and I've grown to the point where I've gotten to the first year monetization, the first level. Where are you from? Hi, how you doing, Sandy? I am from, hello, everyone else coming in here. Appreciate you all being here. I am in Orlando. I'm in the U.S. Where are you from, friend? Let me know where you're from. And that's the beauty of it because like I just said, if the audience doesn't say anything, you don't know they're there. You just see the number in the room. You said my voice is very low. I don't know. Has it gotten, let's see. Let me see. Let me hear from my other side. Listen. So I hear it fine on my end. Maybe turn up your volume a little bit because I just turned on my volume on my other channel and my voice came in quite loudly. So I would say maybe it's on your side. But I'm going to try to talk a little louder so you can hear me and let me know if that helps. And then in the meantime, let me know where you're from so we can connect that way as well. I'm happy to appreciate you coming in and sharing information and asking questions. So I tell people all the time, this is all about engaging. If you can engage, that makes this live stream a whole lot better. But like I said earlier, what I do here is that I do teach when it comes to TikTok. So helping you understand how to leverage TikTok, what is TikTok all about, and then ultimately, if you're looking to grow your channel, we talk about how to grow your channel on YouTube because I am part of the YouTube Partners Program. So that's why you see the shopping cart items. I have memberships. I have the gifting. And those are features that you don't get automatically on YouTube. On TikTok, you actually do get a lot of those features early. The shopping cart takes a little time, but the which is called Super Fans on TikTok happens based on almost from day one, based on having people come in your room and engage. So just a different way of streaming. Hey, how you doing, pals? My moderator, the Idea Barista, just came in the room. Appreciate your friend. How's everything going? Welcome to the live. And so, how's your day going? Keep me posted. Hopefully everything is going well your way. I'm going to try to go live a little early because I may end in 90 minutes. So we'll see if I can wrap things up pretty close to 90 minutes because my son's baseball game is tonight. So I'm going to see if I can do a solid 90 minutes. He said, okay, about to leave work. Awesome, awesome. That's early for you, isn't it? What time is it? 4 o'clock? Okay, but you got there early. I'm assuming you got there early. Hello, everybody in the room. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, like the live, so YouTube knows that you are liking the live. If you don't mind clicking that subscriber button, as well as the bell to get notifications when I go live and post content. Thank you so much. You laughing? He said, ha ha. Yes, ha ha. So you did something a little different then, because you normally don't get there as early. So look at you. You are doing your thing. You're 9 to 5. You're like, I'm gonna show up. Let's show up a little earlier. Let me ask this. I mean, when everything's said and done, I know you were looking at transition. Is that still on the table? How's that going for you? I'm trying to get here at 8 so I can leave. Okay. Oh, so that you can go live. Oh, okay. Look at you. I love it. You're like, I'm switching things up. All right. Yes, I want out. Well, how is it? Are you still on the search? Like, what's happening? I know it's a process, friend, but that's good though. You're picking up your live stream and building up that piece of the business. That's smart. Just saying, that is smart business women, because you want to make sure you start building a community for yourself. Oh, you want a work from home job? Okay, gotcha. Okay, I don't blame you, friend. So give me 1 second. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. And I am about to go live on TikTok, so I was setting up my screen. So I appreciate you all coming through. Thank you so much, Idea Barista. So she's my moderator. If you guys have questions, come on in. Make sure you like the live, give it a thumbs up. Also, click the subscriber button if you're not a subscriber already, as well as the bell to get notifications when I go live and post content. I do have the shopping cart activated. If you have questions about any of those products, let me know. Those are products I actually do have on, wearing, and I'm fully aware of. So let me know if you have any questions. I do offer membership, so if you want to become a member, let me know that as well. I'm happy to have you come along to the team. My goal is to grow the membership so that we can do membership only lives, as well as offer some other additional benefits. Yeah, y'all. I'm scamming. Oh Lord. Oh, po thing. You need. Let's get you some help. Let's get you some help. Get you some help, friend. Thank you so much, Idea Barista. So I am a creator network agency on TikTok. That's a free program, so you can join that if you're interested in going live, but you have to be going live. That's the main thing about it. And look at those stickers. I see you, friend. All right, let's go live on TikTok. Let's start this TikTok live. We are talking all things going live. So come on in. Let me know if you have questions. We are talking live streaming tips, beginner-friendly tips to help you go live with confidence and ease. Come on in if you have questions about how to go live. So we're talking live streaming. So come in. Thank you so much. Look at you, Kim. Kim, you was like, I was right here. Welcome. I appreciate it, friend. Come on in. We're talking about how to go live. Thank you all for coming through. As you guys can tell, I came in a few minutes early. We'll see. I'm going to try my best to do 90 minutes. My son has a little baseball game today. And so I'm coming to the Thursday game with the thinking that I won't be able to come to the Saturday game. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. I appreciate everybody who's here. Let me know if there's any questions. We're talking about live streaming, going live. Let me know if you have questions about how to go live. I'm giving beginner-friendly tips. I'm answering questions. So let me know if you have any questions, friends. So we are talking how to go live with confidence and ease, how to go live as a beginner. I also give intermediate and some advanced tips too, depending on where the conversation goes. Let me know if there's any questions. Come on in. We're talking about how to go live. In the meantime, we're going to start tapping. We're tapping the screen. We're going to see if we can get to 6 I'm sorry, 10K likes before 10 minutes. So right now we're in the 600s. That's why 6 came out my mouth. But appreciate you all coming through. Appreciate the support. Let's share out the live. I'm going to share my live out too. Let me know if there's any questions, friends. Thank you all for being here as we go live. I appreciate you all coming through. My early friends coming in. How you doing, Grumpy? I see you, friend. Justina, thank you so much for joining as well. I appreciate you all coming in. Feel free to join the fan club if you have any questions about how to do that. I can let you know that as well. Hey, Kim, thank you so much for the repost. I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming in, supporting the live. And so we do the liking to warm up the room. So we're at 1.5K likes is 2 minutes in. So we're gonna see if we can kind of pick up the pace and kind of get close to beating that goal. How are you? I am doing well. And yourself, where are you from, friend? Let me know where you're from. And this is a brand new account. Is this your new, do you have another account on TikTok? Or this is you starting off this new journey on TikTok? So let me know if this is like one of multiple accounts. So welcome, come on in. And then what I talk about, obviously I give, if you want to go live, we're going to talk about how to go live as a beginner, as well as just understanding how this algorithm works, how this platform works. I'll also stream on YouTube. So I'm on YouTube right now. I do both platforms at the same time. Yes, one of multiple accounts. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, 10 people. That's that. And your account is all set up and stuff. I was like, you're a pro at this. But welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And so this account you're gonna start going live on. Is that what you're thinking? Or are you just here exploring? It just so happens this is the account you selected. Thank you all for being here. We're tapping. We're almost at 3K. We're at 3K taps now. And so we are 3 minutes in, which is awesome. So what we do in the beginning is we warm up the algorithm. We get things warmed up. TikTok knows we're here. We're liking the live. It helps to kind of create this energy surrounding your live stream. Jesse, thank you so much for joining. And so you want to activate your room. People do this in different ways. So don't feel like you have to do it my way. People play music. They have a certain thing that they do in the beginning of their live. Maybe they're playing music, they're dancing, they're saying, hey, let's engage, whatever the case may be. But you want to spend that time with your community. So this engagement is important. Still new to TikTok, wanted to go live. Okay, so you haven't gone live on any of your accounts yet. So this account is so new, it's only 10 followers. It doesn't have live access yet. Maybe one of your other accounts does, but basically they give it to you typically with 50 followers on this account. And then you typically will see it happen. Some people don't get it at 50, some people do. If you don't get it at 50, it's because TikTok is waiting for you to engage. Thank you so much for joining on the live. How you doing, Destiny, as well? Thank you so much for the follow. So keep that in mind. TikTok wants you to engage. So we talk about the blue box that's next to people's names, like Destiny has a blue box number 3. That also helps to show that you are an engaged viewer. It also gives you points for your engagement. TikTok is tracking your engagement. It's a way for us to visually see what level you're at. So TikTok puts that there as well. And then what I shared earlier in my live is for me. How you doing, friend? What I said earlier in my live is that if you want to be a live host, that is something I would tell you is a must. You must have a blue box. That's what I'm going to say. So I'm pretty confident with saying that now, because I kind of sit in a space of like, hey, if you're asking people to engage in your live, because as a live host, just like I asked you guys to tap, I'm going to ask you guys to share the live out. I'm going to ask you guys to support my flash goal. If you want people to do those things for you, then you need to also do it for other people. So you want to be an active engager. The AI summary says a beginner-friendly Q&A on live stream to ask your questions about going live. So TikTok put this new feature now is that in my chat, it has this summary that I can see. And I tell people, my beginners, I want you guys to pay attention to that, because that's something that says, okay, does TikTok have me right or is it way off? What is it thinking of my live stream? What are we talking about? And it has me right now. So we good. Rebuild Her, thank you for that daily heart me. I appreciate it. Hello. We are doing our early engagement, our warm up. We're at 3K likes, 5.4K likes, and it's 6 minutes in. So we got to pick up the pace a little bit. We should be closer to 6. So let's see if we can pick up that pace just a little bit and like the live so TikTok knows that we are loving what we're experiencing, and it helps to get the algorithm warmed up. So everyone come in our room, just go ahead and like the live. That means that you are tapping the screen. All right, so tapping the screen helps. Hello, happy, I see you flying in. Thank you for the tap, tap, taps. And so what I tell people is that you're building up your community. Look at you, the crown. Appreciate your friend. Appreciate that daily heart me. Thank you so much. Alamo, thank you for that daily heart me. I see you as well, friend. Um, I was talking about hello DJ Roy. How are you, friend? How are you? I was saying that Blue Box is important as a live host because again, there's gonna be okay, so what's gonna happen in a little bit for my new friends coming in our room? We're doing this tapping. We're liking the live. The next thing we're gonna experience is the flash go. In order to support my live, thank you for that daily heart me. In order for you to support my live and support the flash go, you're gonna have to have coins on your account so you can send whatever's one coin, one penny type gift that TikTok is asking for, and it's typically one per person. Not everyone has to. You can't send multiple. Like people, you as an individual can't send multiple. You can send multiple, but it doesn't count. That flash goal helps to activate the room as well. That's TikTok testing. Who's here? Who's an engaged person? TikTok wants to make sure people are engaging in the live stream. That's not something I said, it's something TikTok does. So I say that to you all because you guys are going to have flash goals that pop up on your screen. And you're like, nobody engaged with my flash goal. And my point is, they're not going to engage if you're not also an engager. You're not going to even talk about it. You might not even do the flash goal. And then you're going to come back and say, Doc, why isn't my live not, why aren't people coming to my live? Why is my live not being engaging? Why is TikTok, not sending people to my room? And I'm going to say, hey, you don't warm up your live. You don't activate your live. You're not an engaged person. People in your room don't have blue boxes. There's a number of reasons why. You're ignoring the flash goal. You're not achieving the flash goal, even if you don't ignore it, because the people in your room also ignore it because you ignored it. Because when you were in other people's rooms. So again, just think about what you're doing here. So I've been teaching this a lot lately, and the reason why I've been teaching it so much is that I'm getting more people coming in that's looking to do this, but they're not necessarily understanding how to be an engaged viewer. So I feel like I have to go like back a step as opposed to just talking about some of the features here, some of the other things. I'm almost having to go back a step to say, okay, wait a minute. Let's talk about what you've been doing or what you're not doing. So just keep that in mind. Let's see, we're at 8.2K is 9 minutes in. Are we going to make this go? Let's see if we can do it in 10 minutes. So let's see, we might be a little under, but that's okay if we're a little under. But I appreciate all the support, friends. So what will happen next is that we'll see the flash goal come in. I'm going to ask you guys to share out the live, and then we're going to talk shop about TikTok. And if you guys have questions, let me know if I got to go back to like some basic questions too. All right, let me know if I have to go back to some basic questions because I'm always here to answer some of the basics too. Thank you all for supporting. I appreciate the support as you guys are coming in. We're at 9 and it's still nine minutes in. It hasn't changed to 10. So I think we're going to be really close. It might change over to 10, but we are going to get this goal. So I appreciate you all coming in and supporting and doing the likes and the taps. If you're not, we'll talk about that too, because that's the free support. I'm just saying. So let me know if there's any questions on how to get this thing done. Appreciate the support. We just hit the 10 minutes and we're about to go 10 minutes over. So I appreciate you all coming in. We did that. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Do you have to buy coins on each page? Yes. Yeah, it goes towards each account. They would have to have whatever account you're engaging in. Yay. Whatever account you're engaging in, it would have to have coins on your account. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. So each account would need its own blue box. Yep. Did we make it? We made 10 at 10. We're still within the 10-minute time frame. It hasn't changed over yet. It's still 10 minutes on my screen. So we did do it technically. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate that support. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kim. You get to come back. Yeah, we did it, friend. We did it. We hit the goal right at the goal. Um, Thank you so much for supporting. And again, that's something you want to do to kind of warm up your room. If you have no funds, is tapping counted? Tapping is counted as engagement. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you tapped 977 times. So I appreciate your support. As a live host, I can see who's been tapping, who's been sharing. We're gonna talk about sharing in a second, but I can see it. So we can click. I can click your photo and see your level of engagement. Yoli vibes, you didn't came in the room too. Thank you all who are coming in. So if you click the arrow in the corner here, you can share the live out. You can add it to your story. You said I'm a tapper. I see you, friend. We can share the live out. You can also share it to individuals. Thank you so much, Lou. I appreciate you being here. Miss K Latte, I think you saw you fly in. You said, how many taps did I tap? Let's see. Kim Love Jones, you did 812. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, friend. I appreciate all the support. Every tap counts. Thank you so much for that. Everybody coming in. Hey, Cornbread, thank you so much for the follow. I see you, friend. Thank you for supporting. Miss Lisa, how you doing, friend? Come on in. Thank you all for coming in. Miss Tammy, thank you so much for joining as well and giving that daily heart me. So if you could share out the live, and then you could also do what's called a power share. Power share is in the middle of the screen. You hold your finger down on the screen. If you press down on my nose or my glasses, you hold it down. It pops up the screen, and then you can send it out to individuals. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can search for people to share it with. So if there is a word or letter or anything you want to, think of that's relevant, you can share with those that grouping of people. So you'll see them in your listing there. So sharing out the live is another way to get broader visibility, especially from the people who are in your room. So you want to invite people to share out your live and support in that way. You do track how many shares people have done as well. So if you're someone who just shared the live out, thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. TikTok filtered the comments, so I don't see what you wrote. So make sure you rewrite it if you want to ask a question or something you wrote. TikTok didn't like the words. So you want to share. You want to have people share out your live as early in the live, and then throughout the live. There will be a couple other times I invite you all to share out the live. Again, I'm teaching you how to think about your live stream. Thank you so much for those roses. As people are coming in your live, you want that early activation. You want people to come in and support. Scars, how are you doing, friend? Welcome to the room. Others coming in. Thank you so much coming into the live. When starting lives and people are not being nice, does it hurt you to block them? No, it does not. If there's somebody who's being inappropriate to your live, you want to mute their words first. That means mute. Takes the words away. Then you want to block them. It takes them away. And then, before, if depending on what they said, if it's really inappropriate, maybe it's discriminatory or whatever, you can report them first before you decide to mute their words. Report them because they don't know you just muted them. So you can report them and then mute the words and then block them. So that's typically my order, depending on what people say. Okay, my friend has a hard time and was afraid to. Oh, no. You get rid of them. No, that's fine. Awesome, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Don't let you control your live. This live is you hold the mic. Okay, so you protect your room from any nonsense. Oh, Justina, look at you. You did your first gift. You said, let me give some roses. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you sharing your first gift on this account with me. That is so kind of you. Let me know if there's any questions, guys, because we're going to talk about this engagement piece, that blue box, because I was just hinting to it. I went live at 10 o'clock, and I felt like I had to do a hard conversation, kind of a tough love conversation with people at the 10 o'clock, recognizing that I had a lot of new people in the room that did not have that had no boxes at all. Now, granted, TikTok is pushing me out, which is lovely. I don't fault TikTok. I love the attention. I love getting pushed out. But I'm meeting a lot of new people, and my sign to go live is attracting people. But I want to make sure you guys understand what happens in this space. Thank you so much, Lisa, for the stickers. I see you, friend. Thank you so much. Had to figure out how to buy the coins. Let me explain. Yes, so I don't want you to have to, obviously you can ask questions. So I'm happy to answer questions. Hey, Gina, Nicole, Safari Abroad, how you doing? Did you see my post? I just posted about my safari trip to Africa. Oh, that was sweet. So welcome to the room, friend. Others coming into the room. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you for the daily heart me's. Appreciate you all coming through. Thank you so much. Some lady continuously come in with emos, only hearts, only no words. That's fine. If it's, I mean, it might be a little distracting, but that's totally fine. When people put stickers and emojis and all that stuff, that's totally fine because their comments is keeping the chat going. So the comments are good. Now, when the comments are negative, troll like, anything inappropriate, that's when you want to get rid of them. So the hearts and stuff like that. I have a person who comes in. She puts vote in my chat. No, she was being a little obnoxious with it at one point because she was like, vote this, and then she would say some other stuff about different campaigns and stuff, and I can't have that in my chat. But I was telling her, hey, we're gonna have to mute you. And so since then, she's come in and she'll just put vote, and she'll say a few comments like that, which is good. And I haven't blocked her. I need a large screen so I can read the comments. Any recommendations? Cornbread, if you swipe from your left to your right, it makes the words bigger. As a live host, you can't do it now, but as a live host, you can see the words bigger. And then TikTok has, I don't think it helps with the chat so much here, um, but you could swipe and see it on if you're doing from your phone, or you could go live from your tablet. I don't go live on TikTok from my tablet. I do it from YouTube because my tablet has the camera where it's on the side as opposed to up top. So I look like I'm always looking off center. So I changed that to my phone, and I love my phone for going live. Now you could also go live from your computer, your laptop. That's called Live Studio. And so it just requires that your computer to have enough bandwidth to stream and make sure that you are also, it's a little bit of a learning curve over there. So you just have to learn it. It's called Live Studio. You can download it to your computer. Log in on your desktop or your computer or laptop, and then go to your live. Go to your. It's called like Grow settings, and Live Studio is there for you to click to. Thank you all. You're welcome. You're welcome, friends. In terms of getting coins on your account, because my friend Dina, she just said she had to figure out how to do it. The gift box in the corner, it says recharge. If you click this gift box here, it says recharge. When you click the word recharge, it takes you to a screen where you can add coins. Thank you very much, Kim Love Jones. Appreciate you, friend. I would encourage you not to get coins in the app. It actually has a little feature that says get coins at a discount. Go to the website. And I want you to go to TikTok's website, www.tiktok.com/symbol coin, COIN. So if you go to that page, you can add coins to your account at a discounted rate. All right. So that's the best way to do it. We did get to 20K. Thank you so much. Look at y'all. Appreciate the support. Thank you for taking the time to do this. You are so welcome, Destiny. Thank you all for coming in and asking questions. I know a lot of you are still kind of navigating TikTok and getting used to this platform. I don't mind answering questions, so feel free to ask questions as well. So if you go to the website will give you a little bit more bang for your money. I tell people don't break the bank, put maybe $10 on. That's enough to get started. To get started with your engagement journey, because a lot of it is TikTok is telling on all of us. TikTok is very messy. That's what we say here. Kim, you said I see the question mark. You got a question, friend? Let me know what it is. Thank you so much. I see you, friend. Hey, Mrs. Treetop coming in. I see you as well. Yes, very messy. Do you need an agency? I am an agency. So the answer is kind of yes. I will say this: if you're not going to go live on a regular basis, you don't need an agency. You're not going live enough. But if you are going to be consistent, you want to continue to grow, you need an agency because you don't know what you don't know. You want to build, you want to expand, you want to grow. You also want to know the do's and don'ts for TikTok, as well as how do you get protections. Agency, if you get really in trouble with violation or at risk of getting banned, TikTok can agencies can go in and submit an inquiry on your behalf. So I can support you in that way. You said I keep getting restrictions. See, that tells me something about what you're doing. So a lot of times you don't know what you don't know. So I can talk about that. What's your restriction? You said I need an agency. Haida, are you going live on a regular basis? That's the only thing I tell people. You won't be able to join an agency if you're not going live. So an agency is a moot point. But if you are going live and being consistent with your live journey, at least 3 days, that's the minimum. But if you can go live 4, 7, like daily, that's best. Okay, that's where you're gonna see some growth. Heidi, you said Monday through Friday. Okay, what's your schedule? What's your time? How long do you go live? DJ, you said I do. Okay, what was your restriction? As well. So let me know what your restriction is, DJ. And we'll talk about restrictions a little bit so I can give you guys insights on restrictions versus violations. Okay, restrictions versus violation, and I'll talk about my agency. I haven't talked about it in a while because I was traveling, I was away from home. A lot of people coming in are brand new, not ready to go live yet, so I haven't really been playing it up as much as I should be, and so I need to talk about it. So I'm happy to talk about it. And thanks for asking the question. You've been more helpful than anyone else on this topic. You're so welcome. Like I said, it's no point in me gatekeeping. I might as well just tell y'all what I think and what's going on here. You said 9 a.m. 1, okay, hour and 15 minutes. Okay, that's good. That's good. You want to get to an hour and 30. Obviously, you want to grow even more. You definitely want to be over an hour. So that's the other thing. If you're not going live over an hour each session, you're actually hurting your analytics. You're actually, the agency at some point is going to have to say something to you because these new rules TikTok came up with is that the minimum really is an hour. That's a valid go live day. So you have to make sure you're tracking that at some point. You said Dr. Lisa's the best. Thank you, Kim. Kim, did you have a question? I saw your question mark. What was the question, friend? I didn't see the follow-up to it. Thank you all. I appreciate you all being here. Let's see. So let's do this. And then DJ, I didn't see what your restriction was for. So maybe it's TikTok filtering you as well. So let me know if there's a restriction. Let me explain the difference between a restriction and violation. So we'll talk about that too. Hey, Thy Wellness. I love all the information you have told us. This helps so much. You're welcome. How you doing, Kareem? Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Miss K Latte. Normally between midnight till 7-ish. Ooh. You overnight? You want like 5, 6 hours, 7, 8 hours? What you doing? All right. What time zone are you on, friend? At least an hour each time or a day. Destiny. Let's be real about this. An hour each time you go live. Yes, that's what I just said. So an hour each time you go live to make it a valid, at least once, like, well, let me take that back. One of the lives that you do each day, if you do 3 or 2 like I do, one of them has to be an hour. It's not the combination. So you can't do 30 for one and 30 for another and TikTok counts that. No. Each live is its own separate entity. So if you want a valid go live day being in the 24-hour period, one of those lives have to be 60 minutes. Does that make sense? So that's the case. One of those lives in that day has to be at least 60 minutes. He said, I'm not getting pushed out. Let's see some things. Let's see. You need to take the dollar money stuff out your bio. Yeah, you need to take that out your bio. That's probably why. You need to take that out your bio. That's just from quick glance. Let me explain this let me see. Let me catch up on some stuff. Let's see. I missed a couple comments. So let me catch up on some comments. You guys, so I can see. You said I'm not getting pushed out, and you said hello. How you doing, Diamond? I will go look. Okay, yeah. Keep me posted. Thank you all for the follow. I see you. Yes. Which is worse, a restriction or violation? Linus, Miss Treetop answered you. She said violation. Yes, it is worse. You're suspended, friend. So I'll look. You said look up. Kim, what am I looking up at? You saying the dumb people in the room? Thank you all for being here. Kim, what am I looking at? Let me know. Thank you all for joining. I'm good. I try to watch most of your lives. It makes me want to do it more. There you go, friend. I got you. Christian gospel. Okay, Central Time. Oh, awesome. Where are you located? I'm originally from Chicago, DJ Roll. I live in Florida though. Let me know where you guys are from. Hello, you grow girl. How are you, friend? Welcome to the room. I just need to find, when do you go live, friend? I just need to find out something that I'll keep you all interested in for an hour. Okay, the Julia Jones. Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming in. Read in the comments. Okay, wait a minute. Kim, I'm missing something. I'm totally missing. Am I reading your comment in particular? Somebody put something inappropriate? Let me know. You said Dr. Lisa Bass, look up, reading the comments. It might be filtering me. Yeah, it's filtering you, Kim. Yeah, it's definitely filtering you. I went through and read through your comments. You got filtered, friend. Those are the series of comments I saw. Yes. Okay. Hey Doc, can you check my restrictions? No, I can't. I cannot check your restrictions. You have to check them. Texas, hey Texas, hey Seattle, how are you? Hey, how you doing? Virginia in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see Texas. Thank you all for being here. It's a lot of Texas folks. Filling up the comments. I see you, Lisa. so, okay, hello. Let's see. How are you doing? My live never gets pushed out. Okay, your live never gets pushed out too. Susan, you don't have a bio. What's your live about? I'm new. What do you do? I teach people how to go live. DJ from Texas. DJ Roll from Texas. Okay, really quickly. Let me go back to my friend. So TikTok, when it comes to boards, and that's what I said, your bio as well. When it comes to your board, your bio, all the things, TikTok does not like when you use the word. Thank you very much, Lisa. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. You can't use social media, including TikTok. So you cannot use social media in your boards. In your bio, I would avoid that as well. Don't put the word TikTok in your bio. Don't put other platforms in your bio. Welcome everybody who's come into the room. Also, when it comes to websites, TikTok does not like websites in your board or in your bio. So I would avoid a website, even a website link. Y'all gonna tell me, Doc, how do people get to my stuff? You're gonna have to use Service Plus. That's this arrow here, and you're gonna have to talk about it, but you cannot write it. All right. So I would avoid links in your bio. You don't get pushed out if you have a lot of links if you have a link in your bio. If you look at my bio and go to my page, if you click my photo, my mini profile comes up, click it again. You go to my main profile, you do not see my website. I don't have it there. I will send you my website if you click my Service Plus, and then you can also use this pin feature where you can pin and talk about the other services you do. I do one-on-one consultations, I do coaching, and also if you want to join the agency, you would type in, I want to join the agency. And so I'll send that to you if you're eligible. All right, so again, Service Plus is going to be your way to get people to know about your services. You can't have a website. The other thing I will say is that you want to avoid, you can't have it in your board or in your bio, pricing. So if you have a dollar sign, numbers, pricing, all that stuff in your website and in your bio, your bio or your board, that's a no-no. All right, so you want to take that away. All right, so that's something else you want to change if you're going to use boards, but also in your bio. When it comes to your bio, try to avoid personal identifying information, phone numbers, your board in particular, your name in your board. But in your bio, it's fine to have an email. You can put an email address, okay? Have to learn how to use Service Plus. Yes, so it's a little bit of a technique in terms of how you talk about it. Service Plus will actually encourage you to repeat yourself every 3 to 5 minutes in terms of what you offer and what you're doing. You could use this pin card every 3 minutes. So Service Plus wants you to actively leverage that. And then if you click the Service Plus symbol in the meantime, that's how you DM the person. And they're saying you really can communicate in the DM with your viewers. That's the way you should be doing it. So keep that in mind. I don't want you guys to miss out on whatever your live stream is about, because you made some mistakes with your board, you made some mistakes with your bio. Try to avoid those things. Is the board the words that are currently on the screen? Yes, this is the board. You're like, what should you keep saying this board thing for? But yeah, that's what that is. So you wanna make sure you're being clear about what you're doing. Thank you very much, Mrs. Treetop. Appreciate the support. We have to be we have to be live, right? To do Service Plus, yes. I have to learn. Yes. So Service Plus is a live feature. It's for your live stream. Yep. Okay. The DM is the yellow. Who knew? Yes, the yellow with the arrow, that's how you DM a live host. Now that changes, the yellow with the arrow changes when you are also, if you turn on your shopping cart. And so I have a little it'll be a little shopping bag that's sitting there. That's how you know a live is a shoppable live. So it changes, okay? But yeah, that's right now it's the Service Plus feature. Expert advice on avoiding TikTok restrictions. Ask about your account. That's what TikTok just said. That's what they said about my live. So I guess I am going to talk about restrictions now. Can our mods assist with the Service Plus during our live? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's a mod feature that is enabled. I have to go back and look at it. Let me see. Let me see. By mod, well, I have two people that are assigned as mods in my room, but they're not here. So I don't know. That's a good question. It could be. It could be a feature that you can turn on and have them assist you with pinning that pin card. Yeah, but verbally, I mean, they could write out, click the arrow, the yellow arrow in the left corner or something like that. So yeah, they could do that. You say I will go check my restrictions. Okay, so let me talk about restrictions because that came up in the conversation. Hey, L. So a restriction, really quickly, a restriction is when TikTok restricts your visibility. Let me say this first of all. If someone puts something in the comments, if you have a comment and you get one of those trolls that come in and it looks kind of legit because it'll say notification is the name of their name that they have here, and then they say this live is in violation or this live is restricted. If it's in the comments and it's scrolling past, that is not a real message. I say that because I've had a lot of my newbies get fooled, and those trolls come through. I don't know if it's bots, I don't know if it's people playing, I don't know what it is, but they do come into people's lives, especially new people, and fool them and make them think that is a legit message. Anything in this chat like this that is something that you can touch the words and the pin message pops up and you can mute, block, and report it, then it's not real. That is not how TikTok operates. All right. So keep that in mind. You arrived. Hello, how you doing, Sparkle? I appreciate you. They restricted my gifts for 10 minutes. Yes. So it was something that you said. So we'll talk about that in a second. So again, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So if it's in the chat there, it's not real. A restriction is when TikTok restricts this particular live, not future lives, is this particular live that says you're not going to get pushed out to the For You feed. So you saw people coming to my live, people you see in my live because they're on the For You feed, and you guys, that's because TikTok pushed me out a little bit. Now we'll see if TikTok continues to push me out, but that's what happened. I got pushed out a little bit, and so that stops. You're not getting pushed out. Now let me clarify this. Thank you, Bob Wellness. Appreciate your friend. As a new person, you're not getting pushed out a lot. All right. So if you're within your first, I would say your first week, 2 weeks, maybe even 30 days, depending on what you're live and how frequently you're going live and what you're talking about and what's going on in your live stream. And if you don't have any kind of other things that's hindering your live stream, there's a lot of factors going on there. But typically you should start getting pushed out. So if you're not seeing that visibility, there's something else at play. All right. I will say that. It could be you. It could be a lot of you, but it also could be TikTok not pushing you out. All right. So just keep that in mind. So with that, just so TikTok restricts your visibility. And so that is a restriction for that live. They'll put a message so that you know it's legit. It's right listed on your screen. No confusion. All right. You see it. It's a big rectangle message saying this live has been restricted. So you ain't missing it. So that is a legit message from TikTok. Now, what you can do is look at your analytics. You can appeal it. I tell people to appeal those messages right on the spot. Most restrictions have an appeal option, so you can appeal it right there. Click the appeal. A lot of times you can pick the first option saying, I don't know why I got it. And TikTok may give you a little grace and say, okay, well, you know what? You are new. So we'll lift the restriction and you'll get pushed out some more. All right. So that's one way to handle it. But a restriction is for that live. Here's the analogy I give. Restrictions are like when you're in high school and you get detention and you have to sit in a detention room at the end of the day or during lunchtime and you got that in-school detention. It's a timeout. Okay. So think of it that way. It's a timeout for you. Now a violation is when you get suspended from high school. Okay. And you got to sit out for several days. That's the differences between the two. So if you get a violation, TikTok suspends your live for anywhere from like 3 days to 7 days. I've heard somebody say 2 weeks almost. I don't know anything about that one, but that is the difference. So you do get violations too. I had a restriction from June. I appealed and got it approved. Thanks for your information. You're welcome. You're welcome. What about a flag? I've never seen a flag. What you mean? What was the flag for? It was a warning. The warnings are warnings. It doesn't necessarily restrict you, but it's a warning. So just keep that in mind. I've never heard about a flag, a warning flag. Is that for shop? That may be a shop thing. Do you have TikTok shop? No, you don't have TikTok shop. Did you get a flag? I've seen warnings come in as well. For typically it's like TikTok shop related. My friend, is this why some people spell words instead of saying them? Some of that is part of urban legend type passed on. The AI has gotten a lot more sophisticated, so there's words you don't want to overuse. I think of it that way. Um, I think of it that way. You don't want to keep using words over and over again. And then there's certain words that you don't want to use like in a way that sounds like you're trying to manipulate. So be careful about how you're doing things and how you're saying them. And that kind of goes back to my friend DJ Roll. I'm going to get to that in a second. But let me just talk about violation real quick. I see some of your comments coming in. Hello, friend. Restricted words. Warning for no movement in the live. That's the static image. I'm going to get to that one in a second. That's the static image. So you got a static image warning. Yeah, you got to be careful with that one. I was on live. Did you get a static image warning too? Like there wasn't no movement, static image. Um, Let me know if that's what you got. So yeah, that warning, I forgot about that warning. That is a warning that they will give. They will give a violation for that too. For 1 week, I got restricted at the same time for 10 minutes. Um, yeah, so something was happening in your life. You got to be careful about what you're saying. Is there a list of restricted words? No, there's not a list. No, there's not a list. There's some things you just can't say. You can't. I mean, again, you gotta be careful about your language when it comes to illicit drug use or anything like that. Sometimes we say kind of slang in that way. You can't use those words in a live stream. If you are talking about the unalive word, you hear people say unalive because the opposite of that, you don't want to overuse that type of word either. That's on all social media platforms. So you hear people say unalive and stuff. I'm trying to explain the origin of a word, and they said that it was hate speech. Oh, well, you gotta be careful. Like I said, be careful about what you're saying. Yeah, somebody used. I'm not gonna say the word, but it begins with a R, and it is a word that is not a good word based on people's mental mindset, how they operate, and people use that word. That's a no word. Don't use that word. Okay, so you can't say that word. And if you know what I'm saying, don't put it in the chat either. But essentially, that is a word that you can't say either. So just kind of keep that in mind. Words that are not acceptable, they consider that word a hate speech word. So something that we probably grew up saying, we can't say that word no more. Okay. All right. So understood. Yeah. So just know that there's not like a hard and fast list, but there is some things that you want to be careful about how you say things. Like I said, illicit drugs, the R word. People can use profanity. You turn on your audience control, which is 18 years and over, can come to your live. And then you turn on your content disclosure. If you're going to talk about something traumatic, something that is your personal story and journey, you want to be careful about what you're saying and how you're seeing things, okay? All of this is great. Thank you so much. Where do you find the audience control? It's before you go live. It's under settings. Settings before you go live. You only can find it before you go live. Audience content disclosure you can find once you go live. It's both places, before and during. All this great information. I'm new. This. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome, friend. Appreciate you all chiming in. Those who are coming in, I always say, make sure if you come to someone's home in real life, you would come in their home and you would say hello. You would say some type of greeting. Think of it the same way here. This is an interactive experience. I'm teaching how to go live. I'm teaching you how to be a good viewer, because when you become a live host, you're going to teach your people how to be good viewers, because you're learning as you're doing it. So I want you guys to be good viewers. I want you to engage. I want you to support. I want you to connect with one another. I want you to kind of know the do's and don'ts. But at the same time, it starts with you. So if you're going to your live and you want people to support your live and do all the things, then you have to be the same type of person. You have to be a supporter. All right? Please repeat the trauma comment. So audience control and content disclosure. You want to turn on content disclosure if your live is specific to you. Essentially, if you're talking about something traumatic that happened to you, sometimes people use DV conversations, domestic V. You know what I'm talking about? So some people talk about that in their lives, and you got to be careful about that. So it might have been something really brutal that happened to you. TikTok's like, okay, you can't just talk about that blanketly. You have to make sure you have on that content disclosure and the audience control, because there's young people in here and it could be triggering. So you want to make sure that disclaimer, that's going to put on a disclaimer on your live to say that this live is about promoting your brand, okay, or service or product. So just know that that's what that does. So you want to make sure that disclaimer is there, and you're supporting people in that way. Thank you all who are coming in. What is the join my fan club? Does that the host do that? No, TikTok does that. Okay, but just Dina, let me get to that. Okay, Justina, you're awesome. You are asking all the right questions, friends. So that is important that we talk about that. I just want to make sure I don't miss any comments. Let me finish out my conversation about violations and appeals, and we talked about static image. So let me mention that too. And if I missed your comment, I apologize. I see Dina's comment. Let me see, there was one other comment I saw come in. Where do you put the disclaimer on the screen? TikTok puts it on your screen. You have to turn on the feature. How do you set up your PayPal account to get paid? You would go to Monetization and you would click that to add a pay. I'm sorry. You would go to 3 lines on your profile page, click balance. 3 lines on your profile page, the hamburger lines in the top right corner, click the word balance, and there should be a feature on that screen that says transactions or something like that. It's something about setting up your PayPal. So click that and that should get you there, and just kind of walk through those steps. What if in loss of love, one in prayer? I'm not understanding the question, DJ Roll. You have to reword it for me, friend. Thanks, you're welcome. Okay, so let's go back. Violations. So TikTok has violations that are out there. Okay, thanks. I thought we had to add the disclaimer. No, you're turning on content disclosure. That's what you're turning on. You're turning for trauma. I'm not sure what you said though, friend. So you're turning on content disclosure. You should. What if lost of love, one in prayer? Yeah, DJ, your live stream. You need to turn on your content disclosure. That's what's happening. You need to turn on your audience control too. That's probably gift and restriction is one thing. Is probably what you're saying. When you guys are doing your live, thanks for sharing these tips. You're welcome. When you guys are doing your live, and I know some of y'all, because I got several of my friends in the agency that are spiritual girlies, are pastors and preachers and stuff, and you're getting your flow. You're playing your music, you're saying what you want to say, you're doing all the things. Some of the things you say might be right on the edge of TikTok saying, but wait a minute. So just be careful. Turn on your content disclosure and your audience control. All right? So 18 years and older, coming into your live, as well as turn on that content disclosure, because some of the words you're saying may be your truth, your understanding, your interpretation, and it may fall in right on the edge of being maybe something TikTok is saying is inappropriate. Okay, so you got to be careful about how you say things. I know it's your truth. I know it's your understanding, your way of helping people in their spiritual journey. Thank you so much. But it sometimes is said in a way that TikTok's like, wait a minute. So turn on that content disclosure every single time. All right. Do you have to turn on content disclosure and age restriction for every live? And does that setting stay on? You got to turn on for every live. Every live is its own thing. So you make that part of your setup. Before you click that go live, you make sure you do your setup stuff first. Yeah. Turn it on just to make sure it's on. The live event, you could toggle on the audience control from that space. You could. It turns on automatically. I actually have to turn mine off. So you could do it there. If you know your live is going to always have that on. I turn mine off. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, you can play church music in the background. That's totally fine. The settings do not save, not for audience control and content disclosure. Every live is its own experience. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. Is going to live worth the money? Can you give examples of how billionaire box? I can give some context to that. Let me just say this. It is about how you grow. All right. There's multiple ways to monetize in this live stream. So each person and how you engage, how you show up, how consistent you are, what you're doing in your live will vary for person to person. And so it is a great way to monetize. But again, it's about how you're showing up, what you're doing in that live, how you're engaging other people, what services you're turning on. Do you have super fans turned on and activated? Do you talk about that? Do you have TikTok shopping? You're showing products and you're selling your products and stuff, or being an affiliate and sharing products, sharing and selling products. Are you having people come in and support your gift gallery and supporting that area and become entitled gifters? Are people supporting your live goal? So it just depends. I mean, I don't want to give the impression that, oh, all of a sudden you're gonna make a lot of money. It is a climb. So it helped, from every time you go live, you're building your community, more people come in your live, they're enjoying and experiencing this. Yeah, you can make money. There are people who make good money here. A-leaguers do really well. But again, it's not something that happens overnight. Does that make sense? So I just want to give that disclaimer. And when I tell people, like, especially in the beginning, every penny counts. As you're growing in your journey, that is compounding. It is growing with you because you're showing up, you're building community. And my very first live, I made 7 cents. By the end of the week, I made like $1.25, and I was excited, y'all. Because for me, it was like, oh, people are starting to like me. All right, I get it. And then by the end of that month, this is January 2025, by the end of that month, I had made 100. Now, granted, I didn't know what I didn't know. I could have been doing things a little differently, and maybe that 100 could have been 200, 500 if I knew a little bit more about all the features and stuff and the stuff I teach you all. But I was happy with my 125 to $100 I turned, okay? So that's how that works, okay? And so by February, my live stream was essentially getting, you could give anywhere, you can set the payout from $1 to 500. I was getting, by the end of February, 500. Now there are people who are doing that weekly, daily. You know what I'm saying? So just know it's a growth, okay? Last week was so tough for me on TikTok, but this week's so much better. It's something changing. Did you do an update on your, there's did you do the update for the app? So did you do an update for the app? But that's good. I mean, TikTok is a roller coaster. So because I've been away, I've been kind of like paying attention now that I'm back to see how things are going. But yeah, so I don't know. I know the update on the app is something you want to do if you haven't done that. Five Wellness. Hello, highly favored and blessed. Welcome to the room. You said, I'm here for the 125. I heard that, friend. I made 56 today demonstrating stained glass. All right, look at you, Lisa. Thank you for the knowledge. You're welcome, friend. Yeah, that's kind of a hard loaded question because I don't want people to come here and I'm a truth teller. I don't sit there and I try to manage expectations. I try to help people understand the process, and it is a process. And recognizing that not everybody is going to have a live that is going to be, a hit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take time. Now you have some people who come in and their lives are doing well because of their topic and what they're sharing and what they're doing. And more people are coming in and they're interested in, and maybe their technique and how they're engaging and interacting with people really makes people come in and support and engage. It just depends, okay? And my new friends, once you start this, you're like, oh, I was so nervous and afraid, and it shows. And then as you do it more and more, you get better at it. It becomes more fluid and comfortable and relaxed. And so that's what you want to get to. Look at you, level 14. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. Update on the app. Do you mean download it again? I didn't say that, but I do actually believe that too. Sometimes you have to uninstall and reinstall. But no, I'm talking about update in a way that you are going back to your app store and typing in TikTok and checking if there's any app updates. Updates happen all the time when you have apps on your phone. There's updates that happen all the time, and TikTok, it has updates too. So do your other social media platforms. We're not informed and conditioned enough to go back and check that. And I realize that now I have to check it frequently. And TikTok has updates that happen almost weekly. All right. So you want to make sure you're up to date with all the latest features and updates that are coming out. How often do you come on? I come on twice a day at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern every single day. When you hear my gut hurts just thinking about going live, friend, don't worry about it. I don't want you to be in pain, but it's easy. It gets easier all the time. So yeah, so go to your app store and update, click the update. I tell people to click the picture, the image or the word, and go to the screen that says the name of the app and then click update from there. So yeah, I come on twice a day. Okay, I got you with the update now. Yep, that's it. So yeah, make sure you're updating your app. I don't know if that was your case, Linus, but definitely update your app. You all, thank you all for being here. If you guys don't mind sharing out the live, we're going to talk about engagement. I want you guys to engage. The chat is going well. You guys are connecting and following and doing all the things, so I appreciate it. I'm going to finish my conversation about restrictions, violations, and making sure you guys are aware of some of the things you don't want to do. We talked about static image, so I didn't finish that conversation. If you click the arrow in the corner, you can share it out to other friends, and you can repost. You can post it to your story. You also can repost as well. You can click that feature. You also can send it to individuals and group chats too. And if you press down on the center of my screen, you can share it as like a power share. That's what that's called. You press down and you share. Okay, and you can send it to other people. That's like a hidden feature, but that's called a power share when you click the center of the screen like that. So you always want to support the live. Thank you so much, Vibe Wellness. I see you, friend. Thank you for that support. I appreciate everybody coming through. Thank you all for coming through. So let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss any comments. So let me see. Just follow for great information. You're welcome, Sunshine, Sun Angel. I see you, friend. Thank you so much, Mango, coming back in. So I appreciate all the support. So let's do this. Let's talk about violations real quick. This is so cool. You're welcome. Let's talk about violations really quickly, because when everything's said and done, you want to avoid those. Now, there are violations. Here's one that keeps creeping his little head up. Okay. TikTok, when you come on live, y'all, hey, Miss Vicky, thank you so much, friend. You guys got to be careful about what you're wearing. I'm just saying. All right. TikTok will slap you a nudity violation in a second. Okay, so be careful about what you're wearing. You can't have like spaghetti straps and halter tops and little things like that. Try not to avoid showing too much skin. All right. I had somebody who showed a picture of, she was sharing, you said, wow, yes. She was sharing an example. She's an herbalist, and I guess she was sharing an example of like your skin changing or something. And I think she showed a picture of a thigh. And TikTok was like, what's that? What's that? What you showing? And they slapped her with violation. So be careful, okay? The image you show on the screen matters. What you're wearing, what you're doing matters, okay? So don't get caught up in thinking this is okay to do whatever you want to do. You cannot do whatever you want to do. That AI will slap you with a violation real quick, okay? So I say that because that's a violation that you get sit out. I think you have to sit out for 3, maybe 5 days, something like that. So that's one. Now, so be careful, okay? Be careful. Another one you want to be careful with is fraud and scams, okay? So if what you're saying and how you're saying things sounds too good to be true, TikTok will say, it sounds too good to be true. Is it a fraud? Is it multi-level marketing? All those type of things you cannot do here. So if you're selling a product that sounds, and the way you're describing it, maybe that's not the product that you're talking, maybe that's not what your product is about, but the way you're describing it, where the question I just got about how much money you can make on this app, the way I answered it was very clear about, hey, everybody's story is different. Every situation is different. But if I would have answered that question saying, hey, here's all the different money you can make and all the things you can do, TikTok would be like, well, wait a minute. That's not true. So be careful about how you say things. Thank you very much. Appreciate your friend. Be careful about how you say things. You cannot do that. You cannot manipulate. And this goes back to the gift and restriction too. Because if you're saying to people, do this, like, you got to be careful about how you say it. Do this, and I won't, or else I won't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me this type of gift, and you do this, and I'll do this. TikTok's very you gotta tread a fine line in terms of how you say that. All right. You want people to support your live goal. Thank you so much, but you can't say you got to give me this, because they don't have to. They don't have to. So you got to be careful about how you say things, okay? Thank you so much for my wellness. And you want to make sure that you're showing appreciation. They do have features called the viewer wishes. And so my DJ Royal, you might want to turn on that feature. If you click the 3 dots, I'm going to turn it on for you guys real quick just so you can see what it looks like. Three dots here. If you're someone, you're playing your music, you're talking to your community, you might want to turn on viewer wishes so that people can support you in that way. I'm just going to turn on this one because it's just there. Um, and you could change the words. Like that's just the words that was set there. You can change the words and people can support those gifts. And that way you can have that as a way to interact with your live. If you want people to support and you change the verbiage of how they can support. Hello, I'm in TikTok time. I would follow if I could. Okay, Robin, well, you want to wait until you can follow and you want to make sure you can engage properly. So now what you're going to do is just sit back and relax and engage with people. Say hello to them, but be mindful of how you're doing things, okay? But I appreciate you saying that. Hello, how you doing, Miss Sparkle? Appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in. Hello, Glow. Appreciate you, friends. So, oh, thank you guys. You guys are sending little gifts. I appreciate that. I'm gonna turn it off in a second, but thank you all. You guys are sweet. So, how do I do that? The pics contain. Oh, do you talking about these gifts? Those gifts, you can change them out. Yeah. So you just click it once you're three dots in the corner where you're live. You can do it before you're live too. Matter of fact, it's a setting you can turn on before you're live. So under the settings area, I think it's called interact. You can change this one. Thank you all for supporting that. The timer you can change as well. Yeah, so the timer, I just set it for like, what was that, 1 minute? It's gonna redo itself. So I'm gonna bring it down in a second. The viewer has a time frame you can select. Yes, it does. Yep. Yep. So, and it'll reset itself in a second. I thought it was gonna reset. Maybe it'll reset in a second. So it'll reset itself. It went off. Okay, there we go. So there. So it'll reset itself and it does it for a minute. Now you can set it, I think, up to 30 minutes. You can have it on there and then it'll reset and do another 30 minutes. Yep. So just keep that in mind. These are ways you can do it. TikTok has some great features in here where you don't have to say, ooh, you do this and I'll do that. Or you guys, there people will be like, hey, no one's done my live goal. Do it now. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say that type of stuff. You got to be careful how you say it. And so before you go live, there's an interact setting, viewer wishes. So your viewer wishes is what you're clicking. And that's what this feature is. Or when you're in your live, there's three dots. If you click those three dots in the lower right corner, a screen pops up. Viewer wishes is one of the icons at the top. So you can click that and then it takes you to the screen to set it up. Okay. You guys are welcome. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for supporting. I'm going to bring viewer wishes down. Let's see. Uh-oh. I turned it off. Let me end it. There we go. All right. So be careful about how you say things, guys. That's the biggest thing. It's almost, sometimes, we grew up hearing it's the way you say things. A lot of times it's the way you say it. If you sound like you're trying to manipulate and get people and like, oh, I'm sorry, no one ever gives me this. No one ever does this for me. Oh, I wish I had this. You can't do that. Or you say, you guys got to, I need. Don't use that language. Don't do that. There's ways you can say, you can say, hey, if you guys don't mind supporting my live goal, it's there for you. Here's my live goal. I also have super fans. If you want to, you can describe the different things that you have. All right. So again, it's about how you say it a lot of times. And that's how you won't get in trouble with the restrictions on your gifting and stuff and how people are supporting you. And you can point out the different features here. There's nothing against saying, here's some of the different ways you can support my live if you choose to. All right. The algorithm is always listening. Okay. It is always listening. So be careful about how you're saying things, what you're saying, because it is listening. It's listening to you. And you don't want to get those restrictions. Static image. Let me say the static image is so annoying. Let me say this though. I have to admit to you all, if you are in an agency and you keep getting that static image, you will get removed from the agency because the agency is now getting dinged on people in your agency that is just not doing an interactive live. Okay. So if you're someone who constantly gets that, then the agency is going to be forced to remove you. I'm going to tell you that now. So here's how it happens. Hey y'all, let's grow. Anastasia, thank you so much for being here. We're going to talk about engagement, friend, because you are talking about growing, but you have no engagement boxes. So let me talk about that because you've been to them grow rooms and picked up some very bad habits. So we're going to talk about how to make sure we break those habits. Because if you're looking to be a live host, you don't want people to come in your room talking about let's grow. You want people who are engagers. So I'm going to talk about engagement in a second. Can you make a kid and youth focused TikTok page with 5 to 6 coming to participate in activities? I would caution you on having minors. Yes, this is true. I know, friend. You're so sweet. He's like, yes, this is true. We're gonna talk about that. I want you to be able to go live, and I want you to know how to get people to engage, friend. But look here. Who asked about the kid? Dream. Be careful with minors. My son, I have a 5-year-old, and he will come in here and he's like, "Hey, mommy." You'll hear his little squeaky voice in the background. Y'all ain't never seen my son unless I showed him, on a Zoom call or something like that with the agency. But not many people have seen him because I don't put him on my live. TikTok will restrict your live or even in your live when you have minors in there. And kids do precocious things. Not that you can't have minors, you can, but kids do precocious things. They may pull up their shirt and show their belly and stuff. They'll do something like that, or they'll do something else, and you're like, wait a minute, what are you doing? And TikTok's like, no, 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 minors doing things that's inappropriate. No, you sounding abusive to your minor. None of that. So I would avoid anything with kids in a live stream. Now, I don't know if you were talking about content side. Content side, you can edit and do whatever you need to do. But on a live stream, I would avoid it. I don't even show my son just because of that. So just keep that in mind. Um, you said, "Do I have a box?" Laura, you do have a box. You have a level 22 engagement box, the blue box. We'll talk about the box in a second. You said, Miss B. She said, "Do I have an engagement box?" You do. You have a level 15 engagement box. Everyone keep sharing. Let's get to 100 people here. You're so sweet. Vibe Wellness. I appreciate you. Out the live again. You guys are engaging. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. I just posted. I would be on so thankful if you guys could go and like the most recent post. Giovanna, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you, friend. We're gonna talk about engagement because you don't have a blue box either. So we're gonna talk about that. Let me get to the blue boxes because I just mentioned it a few times and people are asking. I'm going to talk about the blue box and I'm going to back in this. So I have a few new people in the room. So new people in the room, I want you guys to put the word blue box in the chat. Everybody put blue box in the chat. If you can put blue box in the chat, because I want you then to click your photo. Click your photo. And then I want you, after you click your photo, you're going to click your level, your LV level. Okay, so put blue box, whatever the case may be. And I want you to do that. And then you're going to click your photo where you put your word at. All right. The reason why I'm asking you to do this because I want you to pay attention to it. My people who just came in and said about engaging in their content, engaging in their live, and wanting new followers, all that stuff. Those rooms that you go to, called grow rooms, are teaching you that. And you're thinking people are going to engage with you. And I say, okay, I'm teaching you how to be a good viewer because when you sit in my seat as a live host, you're going to want people to engage in your live stream. And people who, TikTok is messy, y'all. TikTok tells on you. So you guys are going to see what I see. You're not going to be able to unsee this because you're going to see what I see. And you can instantly tell people who come in your room and do that, they're not engagers. You're actually telling on yourself because we see it. We see that you're not an engager. So you want people to pick up numbers. You're trying to pick up numbers and pick up people to engage with your content, but you don't have the telltale sign, the badge that says you do the engagement as well. All right. So let's talk through this. So those who put blue in the chat, hey friend, how you doing, Gigi? Thank you, Miss April. I see you, friend. Thank you for the sharing out the live. You guys, if you don't mind sharing out the live, you can share it over there. Everything I'm teaching, even about the shares, the live host can see who shared the live. The live host can see, thank you, friend. The live host can see who liked the live. That's the hearts flying up. The live host can see all the people who put comments in. I can see that because I can click your photo and there's a little box for me to see how you have been engaging in my live. All right. So just know next time you go live, check your box. All right. I feel bad. I'm working and can't engage as much. That's okay, friend. I tell people we got a sticker that says this ain't TV. This ain't television. So looking at my little face is not what you want to do. You do want to engage. All right. You said that's right. So I said put the word blue box in the chat. You guys can put it in if you missed it. I'm going to explain and break down what you just saw or what is in there. Thank you, April, for the populars. I appreciate that. Appreciate all the support, you all. Um, Populars also, because April's putting that there. Let me mention something real quick. Blue box. It's from the Daily Heart Me. The Daily Heart Me actually gives you a checklist of things to do as a fan club member. Somebody asked that earlier, like I think it was Justina. You were asking about the fan club, the little squiggly little thing, that heart thing that pops up and join my fan club. It is that. So apparently TikTok has changed the verbiage here. It used to be join my team, as if we were all working together as a team, but now it's changed to fan club. And so I guess the live host is the celebrity, and you guys are the fans, and you are coming in and supporting as fans would do. And TikTok says, "Hey, thank you very much, Mrs. B. I appreciate your friend. Thank you so much for that." So the best way to ask for engagement doing a brand new live, just ask people to like, share, comment. If you have a small gift goal, like a goal with roses or heart me's, heart me's is good to start with, especially if you're new. You're trying to get more people to join your fan club. You can set the heart me, you can set roses, you can set heart puffs, just something to get people to start engaging. They'll see that live goal, they'll see your the ability to like your live, to share it out, like I'm asking you guys to share it out. Those are ways people can engage, especially if you're brand new. Commenting. Comments is engagement, y'all. Y'all, the chat moving and y'all connecting with one another, that's engagement. You want that. So that's important too. That I call is free support. Okay? That's support you don't need coins on your account. In order to get the badges that are here, the Lisa badge, thank you very much. What is that? What does he do? Thank you for that, friend. Thank you, Coach Chantel. The wakey mellow. It's like a marshmallow. Thank you, friend. Thank you for the winks. I'm one way away from. All right, Megan, we're going to ask you to engage. You have no badges, friend. You collecting folks and you're not engaging. So I'm telling you this. So I want you guys to see what I see, because you're not going to be able to unsee this. There you go, chat. There we go, Miss April. Appreciate you. Get the chat to moving. So I was just going down this path. Free 99. There we go. Now I was going down this path because I want you guys to understand that engagement is important, but you don't want to be a person that is saying engage with my content. I'm trying to get all these numbers and this milestone, and I clearly don't engage in other ways for the live stream. And what I'm teaching you, let me be very clear about this. What I'm teaching you is how to go live. So if you sit in this chair as a live host, you're going to need your people to engage. Thank you for the populars. You're going to need them to engage because you need fan club members. They need to have coins on their account to become a fan club member. So you need to have coins on your account. You're going to want them to support your flash goal. They need to have coins on their account to support your flash goal. You're going to want them to support your live goal or your gift gallery. They need to have coins on their account to support that. And if you are a person that have no coins on your account and you're sitting here asking people to do stuff for you, but you're not willing to do it for them, that is a problem. All right? So I say, as a live host, there are things you're going to have to do to engage with others as you expect them to engage with you. Does that make sense? Tell me if I'm off base in any way. You're gonna clap. Thank you, Monica. If I'm off base, let me know I'm off base. I'm fine with standing 10 toes deep into this argument if we need to. All right? Because I know what it is to be in this seat. Yes, makes sense. Yeah, perfect sense. And when you come into someone's live and you're asking them to do things and you clearly haven't been doing it, because we see you. We see. If you were someone who even got the Daily Heart Me one time, you would have a #1 gift box, a badge for the Daily Heart Me that says Lisa, and you would have a blue box. So when you don't have any of that, you're telling me that you are an engager, and I'm going to tell you you're not. Because guess what? I can't see your engagement once you leave here. There's no indicator that tells me you like the live, you share the live out, you comment a lot. There's nothing that tells me that. What it does tell me, though, that you're someone who got the Daily Heartbeat. It does tell me you're someone who will send some populars. It does tell me that you're someone who will at least send a rose. Those are all pennies. 1 cent. 1 penny. but you didn't take the step to go and add coins to your account. And I teach you got to have coins in your account. And then you're saying you want to go live. So I'm telling you already, there's things you need to do to prepare to go live, because you're going to ask people to do stuff for you in your live. Okay, so just know that that's the point of it. Okay, I like to engage and make connections. I'm trying to get brave enough to go live. Okay, so Robin, you need to start showing that you are an engager through the other ways of supporting too, friend. I'm just gonna say that because you're not a fan club member yet. You don't have your Lisa box. So okay, and then the other thing with the Lisa or anybody's fan club, I teach. So TikTok has the ability for you all, our viewers now. If I turn on my panel boxes, you could come in my panel boxes and people can engage and gift you. Viewer, guest, not viewers. You guys are viewers right now. Guests can get gifts. I don't let guests come up in my panel box unless you've come to my live at least 5 times, because I get to know you. I need to know you. I need to understand what you're talking about, how you engage, what you're doing, and at least become a level 5. That means you've come back a few times before you come up in my boxes. And so that's something you can think about. And if you're somebody who's looking to grow and gain, even from a monetization perspective, then you have to make sure you also support in that way. That's the daily heart me. That's 5 cents. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're talking about. Need coins in my account every line. They will sit there. You don't have to use all your coins. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Let me talk about the blue box, because I walked away from that. But I think I walked away from it because of how we had people coming into the live. So I wanted to make sure I shared that. How do you tell what level they are? April, you're level 21. Your blue box. It says it right there. And you're level 2 in my room. So let me point this out. Hey, first time here, hoping to learn. You're in the right room, friend. Thank you so much for chiming in, Coretta. Showing up for class. Look at you, friend. Do you know the average time a pro is in timeout? I don't, Robin, what you mean? The average time a pros in timeout. I'm not sure what the question is. I'm not sure. Timeout, what do you mean? Like a restriction? Restriction is for the live. A violation is suspended for several days. You will get a notification a person is in timeout. Restriction is for that live. So some people will end the live and start a new one. Yes, right room over here. You're so sweet. Okay, why is TikTok inviting me to do lives? I'm not even interested. Oh, well, TikTok will ask you if you want to be interested. It's up to you if you want to do it, friend. It's a great way to connect and build community, to monetize, to grow your content. So yeah, as people get to know you and engage with you, they'll go and engage with your content. They'll connect with you even more in the live stream. So yeah, yes, I'm at the levels. Do you click on their name to see it? Okay, so let me do this. We're gonna practice this real quick. So April, I'm gonna walk you through what to do. Okay, so here, let's do this. I know I got away from the blue box. April, or everybody, we're gonna do blue box again. And April, if you want to do real quick, click anybody next to you. Click the person above you. You'll see their mini profile, so you guys can see each other's profiles. The badges you see right here is in the live. So my friend by Wellness, she's a level 23 blue box, and she's a super fan for Dr. Lisa. Super fan is a slightly different, wider box. There's the one that is the shorter box that says Lisa, and then there's a wider one that has like that burgundy heart swirl around it. That's a super fan. So you can see other people's information. You guys can click on each other. Hello. How do you get the boxes? Okay, so you gotta have coins on your account. Let me start with that real quick, just so that people know how to do it. Because apparently, I'm sure there's a lot of people who just don't know. So you can go to the website to get the bigger discount. TikTok has it in a couple different ways to get to it. Obviously, TikTok's gonna make sure they have multiple ways to get to it. But the website is www.tiktok.com/coin, COIN. All right, so coins, and so coin, now with an S on it. So coin, you log in there, you get coin, you put money on your account. I say $10, $20. Don't break the bank. Just have some money, and then you can navigate and decide how you want to support different lives. Daily Heart Me is one coin. Roses, populars, different things you can do. You don't have to overdo it. Again, Start off just having some coins and get a badge. Okay, that's the one thing I'm going to tell you to do. The other thing is, you said I pick quick jump through so I can buy coins. I love that. Repeat the site www.tiktok.com/coin, COIN. I love that. That was funny. And so if you click the gift box in the corner, this is for my people who have never done this before. You click the gift box in the corner, and the lower right corner of that gift box says recharge. Click the word recharge. It takes you to the screen where you can recharge in the app. It's more expensive. You don't get as big of a discount. However, on that screen, it actually says that. It's like, hey, get a bigger discount by going to the website. Try now. Click that. It takes you to the website. All right, I told you TikTok got multiple ways to get to it. Also, if you click up here, one of the symbols, if you could kind of swipe past these little ads, one of them has like a coin, a gold coin on it. Click that. It takes you to the website. So TikTok is taking care of you, okay? TikTok gonna let you get to where you need to get to. So, but yes, so that is how you get coins on your account. Once you get coins on your account, then you are, wait, you'll make the laughing sound. Yes, Stasia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coretta. Thank you so much for that. Yes, the laughing sound is a soundtrack when you're in your live. So I haven't gotten to that yet because I want you guys to kind of test those first couple lives. You are not talking about your topic. You are, the first 3 lives are your lives where you're trying to get all the features. So you have to do 3 lives to to activate all the features in the live stream. There's a wand here. I want you to click and play around with effects. This is an effect. When I do like this is an effect. That's an effect. You can pick other effects. I want you to play with the sound effects. There's different sound effects, and there's a sound bar that will be on your screen as well. Thank you for the populars. I appreciate you, friend. So I want you guys to play around with things. There's a voice effect. I can change my voice if I wanted to. And so just know that you need to play around with that. You need to play around with the multi-guest and the co-hosting. You need to play around with all the features up here. Let me say really quickly. I told you my son, he tries to come here. Nobody, mommy's on the live. Love you.
Love you.
You look good. All right. He has a baseball game. I figured I wasn't gonna make it today, but that's okay. They have little league practice. He's so cute. With his little baseball hat. So anyway, so there is the people in the room. There's a question mark. I want you to read that. There's question marks all throughout here. All right. So I don't want you guys to miss out. First time you heard going directly to the website to buy coins. Oh, okay. Y'all heard his little squeaky voice. We're leaving. He has practice. They have practice and they have a little scrimmage game. So that's what he's doing today. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Running is a blessing. I see you, friend. Are we supposed to play around for the first time while we're actually live? Yeah. Here I am. Yes. Absolutely, friend. You sure should. You said my name right. Did I? Oh, okay. Thank you. Now I'm nervous. I don't know if I want to repeat it. Welcome to the room, Fred. I appreciate you being here. Do you have a different box levels for each different live person? No, the blue box, that blue box follows you for every live. That is your engagement box. The Lisa box, that badge, it is for my room. That is for my room. That's how you level up in my room. And how you come back and support. Hey, friend, how you doing? Are these options on TikTok Live Studio? TikTok gave me access to Studio. Yeah, Live Studio is where you go for the laptop and computer support. Yes, there. It's there. Mm-hmm. You got me pausing because I'm trying to think, have I clicked someone's information on Live Studio? I think I did. So don't quote me. I might be wrong. Live Studio, I don't go as often live over there. So Live Studio, I don't do it because my computer, it shut me down a few times. My computer has too many windows and browsers open. So it shut me down. So I was not able to do it fully. So because of that, I don't recall. Somebody in a room who knows, answer that question. Anybody in the room? Leanne's not in here. And Pals is not. They use it all the time. So I'm not sure. That's a great question. You said, do I have it? Mari, what do you have? The blue box, you do have both of them. You have a Lisa and a blue box, friend. You do. You do. You have a level 22. I do see it. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Um, did you create the Lisa box icon? How do you do that? In your fan club, um, once you are setting up your fan club, that's how you would create it. You would click it, and there's an area in there that says, I think it's for your badge. That's what it's called, your fan club badge. And so you would click that and you can name it. All right, so that's what you would do. You would name it under the fan club. Can you only go live via your phone? No, Dreams, we just talked about going live. Oh, Joyful, look at you, your first gift, your rose. Thank you for that. Thank you for allowing me to be your first time gift. I appreciate that, friend. Um, the laptop also, that's Live Studio. That's where you go live from your laptop. Thank you so much. Others coming in the room. Yeah, your fan club has to be set up. You can add stickers and all the things that's in there. Is it best to go live on your phone versus devices? I prefer my phone. So I've been doing the phone for over a year. So I do prefer the phone. I actually just did the live studio for the first time, like in December. I was really late to the game because I was like, I don't want to go for my computer anyway. But I don't do it. I don't say I don't do it, but I don't say that you shouldn't do it. So there are people who do it and love it. So yeah. Um, so setting up your fan club, when you click fan club under your live center, that's where you could set it up at. So you want to set up your fan club. Um, how do you tell I engaged? DJ, let me finish my blue box conversation, and then I'll show you in real time how to see people who are engaging. I'll show you I have the screenshots. I'll show you. Just got my coins, you dear friend. Congratulations. Can you practice with lives after your third time live? Yeah, well, yeah, you should treat. You can there's a practice mode, and then there's a way to go private with your live too, where it still counts as a regular live. Practice mode does not count as a regular live. Private live does. And so there's a way to be private. I would tell you only do that if you're really trying to set up your screen and do some other stuff. But in the meantime, you should just get comfortable going live with not being in practice or private, so you can start getting some engagement. In those first couple of lives, you're talking to your room. You see how I'm talking to you guys and connecting? You should be doing that. You should be trying to figure out some ways to get people to engage back. You should be playing around with the features and effects and reading up on some of the things that are in here. So that way, when you finally are ready to really get things going, you already understand this platform for the most part. Do you need a lot of space on your computer to use? Yes, Vibe Wellness. That's the reason I don't use it, because it shut me down. I think I went live for like 19 minutes and it ended my live because I didn't have enough capacity. So yeah, you do need space on your computer. I have a lot of windows open and browsers and all this stuff, and I would have to shut things down if I'm really gonna do it. And maybe that's the only thing that can be streaming or working at the time if I really wanted to do live studio. Give me 1 second. I gotta answer my husband. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, you heard my son come up because I said I may go with them, but I'm talking and stuff. I don't want to end you guys really quickly. So I'm going to go to probably Saturday's game. Saturday's a real game. Today was kind of a scrimmage. Why set up a fan club? Why set up a fan club? That's how people, well, first of all, that's how your fan club is already created. You can add stickers, you can add the badge names. There are things you can do to enhance your fan club. So that's what I'm saying. So you want to enhance it. You want to add some things to it. So do me a favor, Dreams. You have not gotten the daily heart. It says join up here for you. So if you, it probably says follow. So one of the two things it says up there for you, and you, once you click it, you'll see where you try to put a comment in. There's a little grayed out heart, and you can add stickers. Those stickers are not there for you right now because you're not a fan club member. But fan club members can add stickers. They can use that as chatting in the chat box. All right. Let me go back to the blue box real quick because I think we got to a point where I need to kind of finish out that topic so you guys can understand. I think I'm talking too choppy. Thank you so much for the stickers, you all. Let me just speak to the stickers real quick. So here's what happens in a live stream for me. Look at you, became a fan club member. Look at you, friend Justina. So here's what happens to me. When I come into someone's live, and if you guys click my photo, you'll see I'm a level 31. Okay? I am in these streets. I'm around, I'm visiting different people, I'm supporting, especially people in my agency. That's my primary focus. I want to make sure that they get support because they come in and support so much here too. So with that, when I come into someone's live, especially if I know them already, obviously I'm there to support. I'm going to click the Daily Heart Me. The Daily Heart Me is really my checklist of things I need to do. It tells me how to order my steps, okay, in this live stream. It tells me how to keep engaging. And so I will click the Daily Heart Me, send my Daily Heart Me, a little squiggly thing that says join my fan club pops up, and I get credit for that. It actually tracks points. So when you click that, you want to go back and claim your points. You're claiming the points that you have gotten because you engaged. So it's teaching you how to be an engaged viewer. Does that make sense? So let me know if you don't kind of know what I'm talking about with that. Thank you so much for that, Daily Heart Me. I appreciate it. So then once you look there, you'll see the things you need to do to support the live. Send a Daily Heart Me. You get points for that. Put it in a comment. That's the next thing that it has there. It says, hey, write a comment. So when I come in, I grab my Daily Heart Me, I go to the chat box and I put a comment in. I say, hey, friend. So I'm putting my comment in so you know I'm there. And then what I'll do is I might send some populars. I may go to the gift gallery, depending on what I've done already for the week. I'll support the live goal, depending on what they have going on. Those are the things that I will do. And if nothing else, I'm doing a combination of two things. Oh, and then I'll share out the live too. So I share the live out so other people know I'm here, and I can send it out to give a little bit more visibility. I'll repost, I'll add it to my story. And so in my industry, that makes sense. But in my industry, I'm not concerned that people will be so motivated to do all this. I'm not, that's why you're going to teach them. So, Kim, you're new to live. You're going to teach them. You're going to get to the point where you're educating your community on how to support. Hey, friend, how you doing? So, you're going to teach them. That's what we're talking about. So, as a live host, there is a level of education that you have to do. All right? So, you're going to get them to that point where they're going to support. What are we learning today? How to go live. Okay. So, here's what I'm saying. So, when I'm in a live, you can't as a viewer, you can't comment and like at the same time. You got to pick. So I'm picking between the two. I have my tapper here, as you guys will see in a second. I'm commenting. I click the little gift box, and times when I'm not commenting, I'm sending stickers because those are comments. So as a viewer, I want my live host to have stickers because I use the stickers all the time, because I'll send you some stickers just kind of co-signing whatever you're saying, because your stickers are going to be part of your brand. So I'll send some stickers just to say, hey, I'm here supporting. I'm going to send some stickers of yours. And so that's what I do. So I send stickers, or I'm liking the live. You see this tapper here? I'm liking that live. That's where those hearts are coming up here. That's where the hearts, we hit over 100K. Look at us. So I'm doing those things. I'm going back and forth between those things. I'm liking your live or I'm commenting. All right. That's what I'm doing as I sit in your live stream. And because I float around to different lives, that's my way of making sure I'm giving you some level of engagement. Thank you so much, Miss B. Thank you so much. How do you grab the Daily Heart Me? You have to pay. Yes, you have to have coins on your account. So I never finished the blue box, y'all. I'm sorry. Same. You said same for you, Smart Start Studio. I'm using my tapper right now. There we go. That's it. That's what this is about, y'all, is engagement. So you do some things to support. You do things to support your blue box level. You do things to support your Daily Heart Me level and the engagement list that's there. And that's it. And you decide how much you can do. You don't have to do a lot. All right? But you decide what that looks like. Yes, that's how I engage. Yep. Where do you get the tapper? Tapper is actually in my showcase. It's, if you click my photo here, my mini profile is going to pop up right at the bottom. It says Dr. Lisa Showcase. click that and it'll take you into my shop, my showcase for TikTok shop products, and you can get the tapper there. So that's where that's at. So it's listed there. I think it's on sale if I'm not mistaken too. So go ahead, and I could add it to the shop here, but I don't want to change things. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. I'm hitting buttons, request as guest. What is that? That's where you can have guests come up in your room. I don't have my panel boxes up right now. And I typically, what I shared earlier is that when I turn on my guests, this is why I said as a live host, you're responsible for people who come up in your boxes, in your room. Hey friend, Wealthy with T, how you doing, friend? You're responsible with people who are coming up in your boxes and engaging. And so I usually reserve that for people who are level 5. That means your Lisa is level 5 and above. That means that you've come back a few times, I've gotten to know you, we good, you've been engaging, I see you, and then you can come up in the boxes. And that's how I typically do it, just so that I'm getting to know you, you getting to know me. All right. Hey, thank you so much for the roses. The blue box. Okay, let's do this. Roll. DJ Roll. Okay, everybody in the room, DJ Roll just put blue box in the chat. I want you to put blue box. I know I got away from this earlier. Once you put blue box in, click your photo. After you click your photo, then click your mini profile is going to pop up. Hey, friend, your mini profile is going to pop up. Then I want you to click your level, your LV level, the blue box level. Your LV level, click that. No matter who you are, it might be LV 0, it may be LV 24, it could be LV 19, LV 15, LV 18, LV 9, whatever it is, click your level. Once you click your level, a blue screen pops up. Okay? A blue screen pops up. That blue screen is telling you your engagement information. Now, really quickly, before I go too far down a tangent, there's a question mark in the right corner of that blue screen. If you get time, you can do it now or later, whatever you want to do. Read through that. I'm going to give you my synopsis of this, okay? I'm going to give you my summary. But go back and read it for yourself. Everything in here is readable. There's stuff in here that gives you instructions. So read it for yourself. I love how you were explaining it. You're welcome, friend. Thank you so much. So when you go in, what it's doing is sharing how many points. Hey, Black Lotus, you said F. So it's saying how many points you've gotten. So that's the first set of numbers you're going to see after you see your blue box level. It says how many points you've collected. Then it has a / symbol. It tells you how many points you need for the next level. Thank you very much, Miss Kim Love Jones. Thank you for that, friend. And then it tells you how many points you need for that next level. So if you're level 0, it's going to tell you what you need for level 1. If you are level 10, it tells you what you need for level 11. That's the total amount of points. Now, what I want you to pay attention to is that scrolling message. It's a message that says the number of points to level up. Whatever number of points you need to level up. Okay? What is an enigma? Enigma, it should say it in there for you. You should be able to click and read the instructions on that. But the enigma is when you want to go incognito. So you don't want people to see who you are when you come into a room. Okay? So it hides your identity. You got to pay for that. But you can hide your identity for a week. And you can come into rooms and you can engage or not engage, do whatever you want to do. So that's what it is. Hello, friend. Hello, hello. Kim, you laughing at me? Okay, so what I want you guys to do is look at your level, how many points you need to level up. How many points you need to level up, okay? So with that, you're paying attention to that. Now, this is your job as a viewer. Oh, wow, I love it here. This is your job as a viewer, okay? So as a viewer, you want to make sure you understand what level you are. So when it says how many points you need to get to the next level, it goes from level 1 to level 50. My people who are level 25, we see you at eye level. You come into a room and you kind of fly in under this blue banner. So we see you as a high engager if the room is under 100 people. Now, to get it to fly in for everybody's room, if it's over 100, you're level 35 and above. So like Mango, you see that Mango May? She's level 26. She flew in just now. That's what it looks like, okay? So I want you guys to understand there's some privileges that come with you leveling up. You're getting more visibility. The whole point of this app is an engagement app. So you see people coming in, you'll hear me say hi to those people because I can see them, as opposed to when you come in at the bottom, I don't see you as quickly. Great information. She has wings. Yes, she flew in. How do I know what level I am? You're level 2, Pastor. That's the blue box. So click your photo right where you put that comment in. Click your photo and then click your LV2. Click that LV2 and that's the blue screen. That's what I was just talking about. There's a question mark in the corner once you get to that blue screen. And then what you're seeing is the points that you've collected so far, / symbol, the points you need to get to level 3. And then there's a scrolling message that tells you the difference between what you got and what you need. That scrolling message is what you're paying attention to. All right? You said this is so interesting. Yeah. There's a lot of people. At the end of the day, I know. You said, I'm learning. You said, my message not seen. I see that message. Let me know what you're saying. You said, is this per channel or across the board for everyone? The blue box is, oh, look at you, Kelly. I almost missed it. Thank you for sending your gift for the first time. Look at you, friend. Hey, Laviv. How you doing, friend? So Laviv flew in because she's a super fan. She's in my super fan program. So I'm level 0. So no, you don't, exactly. You don't have a box. So you got to add coins. That's what Kelly just did. Kelly was level 0. She didn't have a level. She said newbie. Yes, you did it, friend. And so she got a gift for the first time. Look at you. Thank you so much for the rose. I see you, Dream Builder. And so because of that, she sent her first gift ever in this room. So you have to have coins in your account. If you click the gift box below, it has recharge in the corner. Click that recharge. It takes you to a screen. On that screen, I would tell you not to recharge on that screen. There's a little message there, probably in the middle of the screen, that tells you to get a discount if you go to the website. Click that, and it'll take you to the website. The website is www. Look at you, leveled up to level 10, Sparko. Look at you, friend. Nice. I love that. You leveled up in the room. So you got it, friend. You said, I'm leveling up today, too. Thank you so much for love this. You're welcome, friend. So I want you guys to pay attention. I see a funny looking guy on my levels. You said funny. Oh, I don't know what that means. Somebody funny on your levels? Let me know, friend. You said a funny looking guy. What is it, like an image? Hey, E-Nurse, how you doing, friend? So you do it at your own pace. You do it in your own way. You decide how you do it, how you want to do it in terms of leveling up. You look at those points and you say, oh, I need to do so much gifting to get to the next level. I may wait by the end of the week. I may do it in one live. Oh, you're saying the enigma. That's what it is. Okay, yeah. That's underneath your level. What does diamonds mean? Diamonds is the monetization. Is part of what you're collecting. You're collecting diamonds as a live host. You're collecting diamonds as a live host, and that is part of how you monetize. And so TikTok will show real-time analytics. There's a house right here. If you click the house, it'll take you to the real-time analytics, and it will share with you how many diamonds you've collected and how those diamonds factor into how much money you have earned, how many rewards you're getting, how much money, okay? So that's essentially what's happening. So the diamonds are, I tell people, viewers have coins on their account. Those coins they spend for gifts. Those gifts are sent to the live host, and the live host is collecting diamonds from those gifts. TikTok takes their percentage out, you're left with a diamond. Okay, that's pretty much what's happening. TikTok is already took their cut out, and then you have a diamond that you collect, and those diamonds equate to how you are monetized. Yeah, so let me know if that, you said gotcha. You said the enigma symbols, what you said, maybe her avatar. No, I think the enigma is what he said. And so the enigma is love you, Doc. I love you too, Kim. Is what you're seeing. So you're seeing the enigma, Carmen, and that's what I enter for Mango May, in the sense of that is a symbol where you can be kind of under the radar. So we don't know it's you, because you just become enigma. Okay, so when you come in a room, you're an enigma. You pay an amount for it. I want to say it's under $200. I can't remember what that dollar is. I think it was like $170 or something like that. You have to pay for that, and then you can become kind of under the radar. Does your account have to be a business account for the Service Plus? No, it does not. It can be personal. This account is personal. So TikTok is really for adults. Gifting equals money coming from adults. Yes, yes. You cannot be a minor getting gifts or doing a live. You got to be 18. I think it's 18 years and older. hmm If I do that space shift gift, will that level me up to 25? Um, Lisa, go back to your gift. Click your photo, click your level 23, and look to see how many points you need to get to level 24. And see what that spaceship is. Is spaceship like 1,500 points? Thank you so much for that first time gifter, Miss Gala. Thank you so much, friend. Congratulations on that first time gifter. So see how many points you need to level up to 24, and that'll let you know. Because I think the spaceship is 1,500. So if you need more than 1,500, then it's not going to do it. Oh, thank you so much. Look at the first time gifters in the room. I see you guys, the burning flame. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for the gifts, you all. I see the hand heart sparkle. Thank you so much for that as well. You guys are awesome. Help. What is the motivation of leveling up? Monetization. Let me explain. Thank you so much. I'm so confused with the coin exchange thing. Kelly, what you mean? What happened, friend? What are you confused by? Because you did it. What happened? What confused you? You just did it. Yes, 18. Thank you so much, Danny. So let me break down the whole. Let's see. Let me make sure I say the question correctly. I missed it. What is the motivation of leveling up monetization from a viewer perspective? So there's a couple things you want to keep in mind as you are engaging. It goes from level 1 to level 50. TikTok has created a gamification to this. I said that earlier. Somebody was like, "What? Talk more about that." They created a gamification to this in terms of how you engage with other people, how you come to lives and support, and then ultimately how do you create a more presence for yourself. Whether you're in the gift gallery, whether you're a top fan club member or you're engaging in someone's fan club, whether you are trying to fly in at level 25, like Lisa just asked the question about how do I get to 25, because she wants to make sure she has a presence. Whether you're sitting in these two bubbles up here, you see my top viewers. Those are my top viewers for the room. Thank you very much, Rebuild. Appreciate you, friend. And so as you're doing this from a viewer, you're growing in your presence. Now, ultimately, I'm just going to be honest with you. When you become a live host, you're going to want people to engage with you. So the motivation for you in terms of what you're doing is for you to pay attention to these people. Pay attention to people in your gift gallery. Pay attention to people who come back into your live. Because ultimately, you're going to go back to their lives and support them too. You're going to make sure that you are helping to help them grow because they helped you grow. So it's a little bit of reciprocation that's happening there. But at the same time, you're going to support your supporters. So your motivation is to think about, okay, how do I want to navigate this space so that I'm creating social capital? So that when I am looking for support, I have people coming in to support me. Does that make sense? Whether it's in your content, whether it's in your live stream, that's what you're trying to do. All right? Thank you so much. I appreciate it, friend. I tried to do it again and it said, I am short by 2 cents. I guess it depends on what you originally put on your account. I'm not sure what you did originally. So it just depends on how many coins you put. So when you click the gift box here, it's going to show how many coins you have left. So look at your gift box. There's a tally of your coins at the bottom. It'll say how many coins you have remaining. Is there any way to track your gifted? Your gifted, like who you gifted to? Yeah, under balance, there's a couple steps to get to it. But under balance, there's like a little when you click your coin balance, there's like a little box that looks like a little record, like a little paper with lines in it. Click that in the top right corner and it'll show your ledger of the things you gifted. Yep. So that's where you would go to Destiny. I think that's in the right direction. I think I told you that. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong about that. Um, is there any way? You said who knows? All right. Thanks for all this information. So I'm a live host, but still learning. All right, you got this, friend. Hey Kelly, look at you. You did a heart puff. I love that. Thank you so much, friend. Sorry, I meant the ones who send you gifts so you can reciprocate. So people who are gifted you. When you're live, you see it for this live. You see it in your analytics to see what gifts people sent. You can see it there. I think those are the locations. Like you can see your list of gifts. So when you're in your live, you see live gifts. So you see the live record while you're in the live. So you can see there a list of the gifting. I'm drawing a blank. Anybody else? Your title gifter, that's always there. You can go and look at the people who title gifted you. Even when you're not live, you can go and look at your, you can look at your, well, the way I see it, you could go back and look at your live setting, your live event. You can go there and see a record of your gift gallery there. I don't know. I don't know if there's any other place to see it when you're not live anymore. Can you do a mirror view? What do you mean? Beck, what do you mean by mirror view? Mirror view of what? Let me know what you meant. Let me know what you meant. You can flip the screen where people can see the words. Is that what you meant by mirror your video so it shows the words on the screen that it's not opposite? So when the host receives gifts, do you get paid with real money? You do. You do. You get 40% of each of your live. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate the level up cake, friend. Look at you. Congratulations. Congratulations on that. Let's see. Thank you so much. You are a wealth of information. I've learned so much this afternoon. You are so welcome, you all. I love how you are educating people because I knew nothing at first. Been on TikTok for only 2 months. You got this, friend. Keep going. You know what? Once I tell people, my nervous people, my shy people about this, it gets easier as you do it. And then a lot of the stuff I'm saying, my supporters in the room, the people in the agency, they know this like the back of their hand now. So it's really cool to hear them talk about it in their live streams. It's like, okay, they didn't got it. I love it. But they would come and be like, Doc, how do I do X, Y, Z? I was like, okay, let me show y'all again. But yeah, so now once you get it, it gets so much easier. So much easier. I don't even want you guys to stress about it. You get to the point where, yeah, you just kind of go through this and you're like, okay, I get it now. So let me know. Let's do this because I'm going to get off shortly. I know some people are going live soon. So let me know who is going live. I'm clueless on how this all works. It becomes so much easier as you do it, friend. You just have to jump in. You learn by doing. You really do. You learn by doing. You said me. How you doing? E.T.? So what's going on, friend? When is your live time? Put your live time, topic, and time zone. Put that in there. Time, topic, or topic, time, and time zone. So we have it that way. So you go live 2 times a day for 2 hours each time. For the most part, yeah. Sometimes I do 90 minutes. Sometimes I do, not too often I do an hour. Typically I do anywhere between 90 minutes to 2, maybe 2.5 hours. That's kind of on the high end. Maybe 3 hours, depending on how I really feel. But I usually try to end a little early because I have to go and support. I have to engage. I got to check some emails. I may have some meetings. I do some other stuff too. I do meet with creators, do one-on-ones and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff I'm doing. So it just depends on what's happening on any given day. Because I was on vacation, I went live every day on my vacation too for at least 1 hour. So because I was on vacation, I wasn't taking meetings. So this week was kind of a light week. It wasn't a lot of meetings happening. I think next week my week calendar gets a little fuller. But yeah, so I do a lot of one-on-one sessions and stuff too. Off to work. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Cruising 101. I love that. Cruising 101. Oh, okay. Look at you, friend. I love that topic. Lifestyle, travel, beauty, makeup, trips. I love that. My husband is an avid cruiser. Eastern, 7:30 Eastern. Gotcha. Okay. I love that. Can I explain engagement on my live? Yes. You can explain it. Yeah. You want to tell people to engage. Is that lucrative each week? Is what lucrative each week? Going live? Yes. Yeah, going live is lucrative. Depends on what you're doing in your live stream. I tell people all the time that, what's that shaking? I tell people all the time, it depends on what's going on in your life. I don't want to give the impression that you're going to make a lot of money early on. It takes time, you build up to it. I don't know what time yet, but I will be working on, you said, I don't know what time yet, but I'll be working on a blanket. I'm crocheting. Oh, nice. Okay. Definitely keep us posted. I love that. Okay. And then you said 12 Eastern, March 28th, all things beatable. Okay, nice. So that's going to be your first beatable, that's going to be your first live, or is that, what live is that for you? I'm trying to keep up with it. Do mods get paid? Not necessarily. It's up to you in terms of what you do with your mods. It's up to you on what you do. You want to make an agreement, understanding. Maybe you would mod for them, they mod for you. So it just depends on how you guys agree to it. But it's a relationship you have with them. It's not something that TikTok coordinates for you. Curious. You are a doctor. What is your doctorate in? It's a PhD in leadership and education. Higher ed administration was my concentration. I worked as a senior leader for over 25 years in higher ed. So I had different leadership roles, and then I went to a private corporation for higher ed, and I was a senior leader there for partnerships. So yeah, my concentration in higher ed was career services, academic advising, and TRIO programs, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Hey, Per Mom, how are you, friend? Yes, come and say hi. You said 9 to 10 with guest, Central Time. 9 to 10. Okay, and what are you doing, ET? It's just, you just having guests in the panels? You just chatting away, friend? That's awesome. And you said 9 to 10 Central, that's 10 to 11. Okay, I got you. Thank you all, I appreciate it. My hubby just earned his DBA. All right, nice. Heading to Florida to get his degree in May. Love that. Congratulations. I love that. So he's a doctor of business. Nice. That is awesome. What program did you said heading to Florida? So I live in Florida. Okay. All right. You don't have to say what institution, but congratulations to hubby. That is awesome. Um, Thank you all for being here. I said, I love your channel. Thank you so much, Jazz Music. I appreciate Magic. Appreciate you as well. Let me know. So everybody else said they're going to, you said you speak well. Thank you, friend. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's see. You said, I'm currently a principal venturing into consulting. Okay. I'm wanting to use this for promote my business. That's awesome. And that's what you should do. Absolutely. I coach on that in terms of how you can take your digital marketing business and get it going. And so I'm working with a couple of clients now. But yes, you want to do that. Lisa, you go live tonight, 9:15 Eastern. Okay, I'm gonna stop by, friend. You said I'm currently you said yes, he goes to St. Joseph. Okay, nice. Awesome. Congratulations to him. You are invited to my live tonight. Thank you so much, Lisa. I will be there, friend. You said you're invited to my live tonight. Okay. You said near Tampa. Yeah. My baby girl, I know where's that. My baby girl's down there at USF. Yep, she's there. Enjoy your live. Thank you so much, Yvette. I appreciate you all. Thank you all who are coming in to follow. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Gave two roses. Thank you, friend. Thank you for the heart me's. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. Dr. Lisa, how do you check campaigns? How do you check campaigns? When you're in the live or after the live? So when you go to your live screen, when you go to the live home screen, you know what? Let me show you. And then let me show DJ, let me know if you're still in the room. DJ Royal. because I didn't answer your question from earlier about how you check to see who, excuse me, who's engaging in your live. Let me show you that too. Love your live. Thank you so much. So Black Lotus asked about checking campaigns. Let me show her that. And DJ Roll, if you left, let me know. Hey, Cleopatra. Very informative. While I came, you came in just in time. Yes, I'm getting off shortly. So Black Lotus, this is for you, friend. I'm gonna go. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Such a great host. You guys are welcome. Like I said, I've been doing this long enough that you know, I just kind of go with the flow. Y'all keep the conversation going. There's some core things I teach. And then I show different features. I talk about how to become a live host. So it's not, I don't overthink it. Don't even overthink it, you all. Thank you so much. You're welcome, everybody. Okay, so Black Lotus, let me show you this. Kivana, how you doing, friend? Let's see. Let me turn off my mirror so you can see it. So we're here. We're going to go TikTok studio. We're going to go to the live side. I'm going to scroll down, and right here is campaigns. You want to click campaigns to keep track of any campaigns, whether it's the agency campaign or the TikTok campaigns. All right. And so that's where you would go for campaigns. There's a feature here for the campaigns. Now, when you're in the live, there is the little information here. If you swipe the little commercials, that's what I call them, TikTok commercials. If you swipe those to the side, you can swipe them and get to different campaigns. The ones that you're enrolled in, or the ones that you want to join, actually. The ones that you're eligible to join. Thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate it. How does one share a live? So when you're in the live, there's the arrow here in that top, the corner here. So you're going to click that arrow and you just click to share it out. You can repost. You also can press down, your finger press down in the middle of the screen, my glasses and my nose, and a list of names who are in your inbox, your friends, you can send it to them to share it out. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing out that live. You are doing it, friend. Thank you so much. So Kathy, let me know if you caught that. And then DJ Royal, I think you left. Let me know if you're still in the room. What's the mirror thing you just switched off? And what does it do? So you can see the words correctly. See Dr. Lisa, you see everything here. I turned it off so you guys can see the words in the right direction. If I turn it on, which makes me be in the right direction, because when I'm pointing to stuff, if I'm the opposite, I just flipped it again. So now when you see the words, everything is backwards. It's all backwards. But I do it for myself. I keep it on so I can point correctly. So it's for me to be able to point. And so I turn it on and off as needed. Yes, invite people so that my room won't be empty like last week. Yeah, so you definitely want to share out your live, Cleopatra. So same thing with the clicking the arrow in the corner, share out your live. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, whatever I have to show my phone or show you guys how to do something and show it in this format, I turn it off. I turn the mirror is right there. It's three dots in the corner for me as a live host. I click that, scroll down, it says mirror your video. I turn it off. When I'm talking to you regular, like now, I turn it back on because I'm always backwards. I'm always pointing to something on the screen. So for me, it's better to have it off. Better to have it on so I can point correctly. Thank you so much for the roses, everybody. I see you guys. So thank you for the daily heartbeat. I appreciate all the support. So, hey, y'all. Appreciate all the support. So, I will be back tomorrow at 10. Thank you so much for that confetti. I appreciate it, friend. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Let me know if you guys, I have this on the whole time. Okay. Let me know if you guys have any last minute questions. I'm going to get off shortly in the next minute or two. That'll put me right at 2 hours. I'm always one that will check my live schedule. My live time. So get in the habit of checking so you can see how long you've been live. And and making sure that you can track your performance. Okay. As you're joining an agency and stuff, you might want to track it. Hello, what days and times do you go live? I go live daily. And if you are someone who is looking to get support, you can message me here. I do one-on-one consultations. I do coaching. I'm a big proponent of, if you're really trying to get to the next level, you want to get the right support, you want to get coaching. When I first started, I got courses, I got one-on-ones, consultations and support. You want to make sure you're meeting and connecting with the right people who are going to get you to the next level. So that's there for you if you want to join. And if you want to join the agency, you also can click that and say, I'm interested in the agency. You have to be a live host. You have to already be going live. I know some of y'all is just starting off and trying to decide. So that's where you want to make sure you're going live on a consistent basis. All right. And if you're not ready to join the agency, don't join it, because unfortunately I will have to remove you if you are not going to join and participate. All right. So keep that in mind. That's actually one of the drawbacks. So I don't do a hard push for the agency as of late. This week I've been kind of coming back from my vacation. I've been kind of on ice about it, but I will start up next week a little bit more. However, a lot of people who have come to my room are new and they're still trying to figure out how to go live, how to press the button, what to do, and all these things. And so you have to be willing to jump in, stay with it, be consistent, and not just join an agency because you think it's a good thing to do. You have to be willing to do the work. All right, because it will hurt my analytics, my numbers, if I just have people on my roster that are not going live. All right, Lovey TLC, thank you so much for being here. How you doing, friend? All right. So I just want to make sure I said that to you all. I don't want to put you guys in a situation where you're like, oh well, I thought it was a good idea, but now I don't want to do it. Don't do it if you're not ready. All right. And then I have the agency page too, so I'm going to start going live over there. So that's going to be one of my other ventures to make sure I'm recruiting the right people. All right. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you for that daily heart me. I appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Let me know if there's any last minute questions. I'm going to jump off shortly. So any last minute questions? I appreciate everyone who's here. You said, what's the benefit of an agency? Agencies give you training on how to go live. So, I go live twice a day, so I do a lot of verbal training here. Dr. Lisa, when is the campaign over? When is the campaign over? Black Lotus is an agency. She goes live, so you definitely want to connect with her. She is great with going live, and she goes live very consistently. Campaign for the at the end of the month. All the campaigns right now are ending in on March 30th. I think maybe 31st. It's either 30th or 31st is one of them. So a couple more days. I have to go look and see what's the deadline, but I think it's the 30th, not the 31st. But yeah, that'll be the last day for both campaigns you're in. I think you're in two of them right now. Two are running right now. You're welcome, friend. Good night, everybody. Good night. So to answer your question, benefit of an agency, thank you. Where's Cam? He's at his little league practice / scrimmage game. You missed him. He came in earlier. Heard his little voice. He came in earlier. Like, what you said? Where's Cam? He's at his game. Appreciate you, friend. The benefits of agency is training. That's the main thing. It also is protection. I tell people you don't know what you don't know. And as you are going live, you want to make sure that you understand the rules of engagement, how to go live effectively, and how to grow. And then ultimately how to keep your account safe from getting in violation or banned. And so agencies have a platform called Backstage, and we actually can see your live stream. We can see what you're doing. We can attend your live and give you manager cues and some other information to help support your live stream. We also have, there's also the ability for us to I meet with my creators, so I can meet with you and look at your analytics. And so you are an amazing, friend. Thank you so much, friend. How you doing, Seven? So I can look at your analytics and give you more information about how your live is performing. All right. So all of that is in there. So you want to make sure you understand how to improve, how to grow. And then ultimately, you're looking to monetize. So how do you grow and monetize even more? So we teach that. The agency, like I said, if you're in trouble with your account, maybe it's in violation or at risk of being banned, I can step in and support you by submitting an inquiry on your behalf. So that's what agencies do. In the meantime, I go live twice a day. I do weekly meetings with my creators on Sundays. We have a weekly team meeting where we meet and talk about stuff we need to know for TikTok. And then we also have, well, you're amazing. Thank you so much. I also do one-on-ones with my creators. And so that's another way for them to get additional support. Delano, I see your message. We want to make sure you don't spam and chat, but I appreciate you being here, friends. I usually mute messages like that. So I just want to make sure people don't get confused by what's going on. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hello, how you doing, Charlie? Thank you so much for all your help. I've been shouting you out in all my lives. Thank you so much. With the number 7. Appreciate you, friend. So yeah, so I do that, and then I also do. You said you're good. That's awesome. I also do. I have a school platform, SKOOL, where you can go there and get support. There's resources there for you to go live, as well as collaborating with other creators and agency. And then there is also what else? Also group chats here on TikTok. So March has been a weird month because obviously I was traveling. So come April, we're going to be doing a whole lot more. We're actually doing an in-person retreat. I'm excited about it. We're doing that in June, so that's already out there. So if you're an agency, you didn't sign up, make sure you sign up for the retreat. We're closing on the last few days to sign up. So the last few days to sign up for the retreat will be at the end of this month because we got to close it out so we can start doing some more planning and coordinating for who all is coming. Okay, so that is exciting. So we're doing an in-person gathering as well. Yep. So I came in late. I'll join tomorrow for the live lessons. You are so welcome. Not a problem, Fran. DJ Royal, did you want me to show you really quickly where you can see? I'll show it really quickly where you can see comments in your live, the comments and how people are engaging. So let me show it real quick. I'm going to change. I have to take my board off. And if you look, this is here. This is my this is what I screenshot the other day. Somebody else came in alive. So this is a screenshot really quickly. So you see the comments here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Thank you. Ooh. You see this little area here says sent 78 comments. If you click that, so this is the view as a live host. If you click this, I can see it. So when you click someone's photo, this is what I see as a live host. So you guys have a different view. You don't have this little black and white box up here. Wow, retreat, that's great. Thank you so much. How do you put a picture up in your live like that? This is a green screen. So I'm pressing a green screen with a little man with his hand up. So that's what I'm doing. So this comment here is there for us as a live host. So when I click that, the next thing I'm going to see is this feature. So it breaks down how this person has been engaging. They've been in my live. They were in my live for over 30 minutes. They had sent 78 comments, different comments. I'm going to show you the comments. You can see the last 10 comments. So I'll show you that in a second. They had shared it once. They could have shared a little bit more, but that's okay. And they had sent 5.5K likes. That means that they were tapping away. They might have been using a tapper, but they were tapping and commenting. Okay. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you for those stickers. So TikTok is tracking all of your engagement. So as a live host, when I tell you guys, I can see who's engaging and not engaging. And so when people come in my live and they don't have a blue box, they don't have the Lisa, meaning that they haven't grabbed my daily heart me up top, and they're talking about, oh, I need so many followers, all this other stuff, but they haven't come in and did no shares, no likes, no nothing. Then I was like, okay, we know you're not an engager. You're just trying to collect numbers. What do you hit to see that again? You are hitting the person's photo. When you click your photo right now, it shows your profile like this, your mini profile. However, it for a live host, you see this comment section, okay? And so the last one is this. So if I click the comment little arrow, it'll show the last 10 comments. So this person was commenting and stuff. Royal, you're a physical tapper? All right, you're a physical tapper. So yeah, so that is there for you to be able to see how people are engaging. Okay, so you can see how people are engaging. And you're a physical tapper, you almost hit 10,000 taps. It says 9.5K, friend. Look at you. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Physical tapping. You're like, I just been sitting here tapping, girl. I appreciate the taps. Oh my gosh, that is real. And you got 65 comments you put in too over the course of this live. Congratulations to you. Thank you so much for all the support. Look at you. Brand new coming in, doing a do. I love it. Thank you so much for that support. Thank you all for the support. I appreciate it. So we've been live for 2 hours and 10 minutes. 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I appreciate all the support that has come through. Let me know if there's any last minute questions. I'm going to transition off. Go in. I'm going to have to make dinner so my little guy gets back. He's ready for dinner. But I appreciate you all being here. People who are live right now is some of the people in the agency. We have Tiny Stiletto. She's live doing her thing. We have Diva Digital Designs, Demi Digital Designs. She does AI training specifically on Canva. So she's live right now if you guys need that. Ernie, she's my medium. She's live right now meeting with her community, which is awesome. Trisha T is cooking. She's doing a cooking live and her food looks great. I don't know what she's cooking, but she's cooking. We got Lisa live. She does a live engagement and music as well. So we got some great people going live right now. So appreciate you all being here. Thank you all for the taps, the shares, the likes, the people who have been watching, the comments, the stickers, and all the gifting. I appreciate all the support. I will be live again tomorrow at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. And remember, practice makes progress. You're not trying to be perfect. When you're trying to practice, ain't making perfect in this space. All I want you to do is just go live, okay? All right, friends. Take care. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all the support. I hope to work up. I have to go live soon. You got this, friend. You got it. Just keep going live. Engage with people who are going to help you go live and just think about your mindset at this. I mean, I didn't do as much of this live. This live was not a mindset conversation. I do typically go deep with the mindset of this. You're welcome to come back. You can talk to me, ask me questions. Somebody in my agency, Coach Rhonda, she's a great mindset person. How do you think differently about limiting beliefs? Things that hold you back, especially women. How we let self-talk in our environment and people around us kind of keep us in a mindset that we can't do things, can't do hard things, can't do things that will take us out of our comfort zone. So she's really good with that conversation. Another person who does an overthinking live, and she's a newer creator. Her name is Elle. Elle is good too. So if you guys want to inbox me, anybody want to inbox me, I'll pin my Service Plus real quick. Inbox me if you want Coach Rhonda. Elle's information, I'll forward it to you all. But those are people you can start going around to lives that are going to feed positive messages. Okay, so that's what it's all about. What you are inputs that you're putting in is going to help you think differently about how you can do things that are hard, challenging, making you nervous, creating anxiety, and how do you reframe that and understand that there's something bigger and better for you if you just let it go and just try something that is out of your comfort zone. And anything you do in the beginning is going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be challenging. You're gonna feel uncomfortable about it. But as you keep doing it, it gets easier. You get more fluid. You become more comfortable. It becomes natural. All right. Your day 1 is not gonna be like your day 30. All right. So keep that in mind. Your day 1 is not gonna be like your day 5. Your day 1 is not gonna be like your day 10. But you keep showing up. You keep doing it, and it gets easier. And you get, essentially, you get better. You get stronger. So just know that that's life. That's life 101. I'm talking about it from a live streaming perspective, but we could talk about it from a fitness perspective. When we start a new exercise regimen, day 1 is hard. Day 10 ain't. You know what I'm saying? A new diet. Day 1 is hard. You try to figure this out. Day 10 is not. So just think about things you've done in life. going to school, you start a degree, you're starting that process, and then at the end of the day, you finish, and you have that sense of accomplishment. But it gets easier as you do it and write papers and do all the things. It gets a lot easier. So I don't want you guys to overthink this. And so anything you put your mind to, you can do it. TikTok's a little different, but at the end of the day, it gets easier. And so it's something that I get a dopamine rush coming here, talking to you guys and engaging and seeing how I can support you in your journey. So I love it. You said I wish you could this much trying to really hard. Thank you, friend. Appreciate your friend. And on that note, we're gonna leave. Because I had a whole conversation about people come in looking for numbers that are not engagers. So appreciate you all. You guys have a nice day. Appreciate all the support. We'll come back, Mama, and we'll talk more. I'll explain that. But let me go now. All right. Take care, you all. Take care. Bye bye. All right, friends. I appreciate who hung out with me. Thank you so much. You guys have been here for a while, so I appreciate all the support. Let me know if there's any final questions. I will see you all tomorrow at 10 and 4 Eastern. Take care, friends. Bye bye.